of Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake, sponsored by Gaina Trucking.
Good morning, happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead, lots to get to. The 4 days of madness are past. The Sweet 16 is upon us on Thursday and Friday. Elite 8 Saturday, Sunday. Hope you enjoyed all the basketball this weekend. I know you guys probably did. You guys were texting all the time about basketball.
Oh, it was insanity, wasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, the text messages were insanity.
Yeah, that's every day, though.
But that was
what else is new?
There also was a lot of things that had no basketball whatsoever.
Oh, but that's most of them.
That's
have
most
no
of
basketball
whatsoever. But
the group text.
the group text.
Yeah.
You guys are unbelievable.
It gets wild.
It gets
Bill was
very
doing highlighter again. The highlighting skills were
I did some highlights again. Like that.
incredible.
Just circle them in the yellow. Let everyone know what I'm trying to discuss within the text.
That's it. Pointed out. Just yeah, it is true. He's a great.
He's good at that, and he uses the finger up thing.
Yes.
He's taught me that.
That one too. Yes.
The finger up is good.
Yes.
It's like saying what he said.
Yeah, it's exactly what it means.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it means.
I've never used that before until Bill came along.
Well, now you got something to use there. It's great.
We do a lot of fun things right there. There was some games that were so much fun to watch. I'm just amazed overall. It's probably the first time that it hits me the most of just how good these players are.
Oh, God,
I'm watching.
yes. Oh,
I'm
God,
watching
yes.
number 2, the point guard, the 5'8" guy from Fairleigh Dickinson.
Kim.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, you want that guy on your team?
I missed him.
Oh wow.
FDU.
Oh FDU.
Kansas State point guards.
I mean,
Yeah, Malik Noel. Oh my
just
God,
all
27 points yesterday.
So if you want-
FDU point guard Malik Noel,
Yeah.
Kansas State.
Miami's point guard.
Bill's right. It's
it's unreal.
Yeah.
The players you look at and go, how is he at Fairleigh Dickinson? How is he
Oh, yeah.
at? Where is he at? I mean, you're going like, wow. My first thought was, we used to talk about this a lot. Ken Zampese, who's now with Ernie, was his dad. We used to be the offense coordinator for the Cowboys for all their
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowls. And he now is with the Commanders. And we used to talk all the time about, in junior college, about trying to find, make sure you stop by. We'd always talk between us. We had a ton of junior colleges. Always stop by the basketball office. Just swing by there and just say, hey, your point guard situation, you know, is he a Division I guy? What do you think about football? And I'm watching number 2 for FDU, and I'm like, that's a corner. Yeah, he's small. He's small.
Hartsock small?
But unbelievable. Yeah, about that size. But unbelievable. And he's thicker. But unbelievable, I mean, like barnyard cat-like agility, how he can move.
about that.
Barnyard
Bill-
cat-like
Bill's right. So
agility.
we're in the modern age of college basketball now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of there's good players at FDU. There's good players everywhere. It seems like.
You're talking about Dimitri Roberts is his name. Dimitri Roberts had 20 points in the loss to FAU yesterday. So
He was just a dominant player. He stood out. He was so explosive and handling the ball. And right away, I'm going like the way people play, you know, full court and that. But he could break down defenses. But there were just so many of those players. As you're watching him, you're like it's the same thing on the other side of it. Like for Florida Atlantic, I think the guy went for 28.
you have the wrong winner. That was
But,
Miami, but won that game.
Oh.
He wrote down Indiana beat Miami. He said, "No, Miami won by like 16
Hold on, mine's already
points."
filled out. So
I got
Who won the Gonzaga?
Gonzaga won by
Gonzaga.
3. There's a buzzer beater to make it a 3-point game, but it was over before that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew Miami won. I don't know why.
There was some anger in that game.
Yeah, because that handled the spread.
Gonzaga TCU game was a 4.5-point spread. Now this is a 6-point game with 0.7 seconds to go, so the game's over. But if you're watching as a gambler, you say, okay, let's just end this game. No, TCU picks up the ball, it hits a 3 in 0.7 seconds, the clock expires, and they cover the spread, lose the game, but they
that
cover
ruined
the
my
spread.
week.
It would.
week. I think that's almost a 2 week. I think that's a bye week situation.
You had it covered.
You'd wonder what
you
you're
had it
doing.
covered if you bet, them to not cover the 4.5.
You'd wonder what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd wonder about everything.
You wonder about everything at that juncture. Exactly.
Yeah,
But-
this tournament. I'm with Bill. The tournament's unbelievable. We didn't even mention the fact that Purdue goes down as the number 1
Yes,
seed.
so that was so you mentioned FDU has the great guard. Well, the big story was Friday that FDU becomes the second 16 seed ever to beat a 1 seed and beating Purdue, who just never looked right in that game from the get-go. I mean, Zach Edey is their guy. Beyond him, they don't have a lot of great players in that team. They're good. Obviously, they're a 1 seed for a reason, but all three of us had our doubts about Purdue going into the dance. All three of us said they would not be there the second weekend. We didn't think they'd lose to the 16th seed, but we thought they'd lose to FAU
someone
or Memphis.
mentioned it. I think there was a mention if we rewind the tape.
Let's rewind it. I'm not sure.
Rewind that. There was some about. I had a very high excitement for FDU in that game.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I did. I watched the final of that post fish fry. And so post fish fry, we departed the fish fry, which was great, and then ended up in the Roca Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
Great spot. Great place.
And that's where that's where I watched the end of the Purdue game.
Was it alive in there?
There's a lot of energy in there.
Yeah.
There's always energy
I
at
tell you,
Roca Tavern.
I will say this: when you walk into certain bars, you walk into and go, "Now this is a bar. That's a bar." When you walk in,
Tavern's a spot, man.
you just go, "Whoa, time out!" You're taken back.
It's a
I'm
good
just
place.
I'm like, this is a bar.
Great place.
Yeah,
Big place.
Yeah, big place like that. Ages were probably, I'm going to say 21 to 80, like that. It was.
You got to have a range at
There
the
was
bunch.
a range.
You have to have
there
a
were some
range.
people I think that had their own chair. That's like you don't sit there, kind of like
really?
Norman cheers
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
some of that. It was outstanding.
Don't with the death
a lot
stare.
of fun.
Do not sit in their chair.
No.
Okay, so Purdue's got a problem, right?
Yeah.
Well, they do right now. They're out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Purdue's last 2 games in the tournament, they have lost to a 15 seed in last year's Sweet 16 to St. Peter's and a 16 seed this year to FDU. That's not a spot you want to be in because they are a really, really good regular season team. They win the Big Ten. They're at the top of the conference more often than not. Matt Painter is a great coach. It's just when it comes to tournament time, he's a great coach.
Is he, though?
That's what. So how do you determine what the regular season is if people want to call him not a great coach because he choked in the dance?
Well, I don't know if I'm going great coach right now. He's lost to a 13 seed and 2 16 seeds in the tournament.
And a 15 seed.
Okay, 13,
Last year,
15,
St.
16.
Peter's.
I'm sorry. So he's lost to a 13, a 15, and a 16. I don't know.
The madness happens. I mean, weird things happen in the dance, but you can't take away what he did the regular season, which
I'll
was
just
to
say
get
good
to a
coach.
1
They
seed.
won. I think
So he's a
they
good
won the
coach.
league, correct, by 3 games,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then won the tournament.
Won the regular season and the
Yeah,
tournament.
that's
title.
right. They won the Big Ten
It
tournament.
has to talk a little bit about the Big Ten, doesn't it? Overall, when the team that won by 3, and then won the tournament, and
I
now
think
there's
it does.
and now there's 1 team left.
I think you got to
Yeah.
go there. It's not that talk is real. The Big Ten.
Michigan State, the
there's-
1 team left. They beat Marquette. Nice win there. They win
Excellent.
by 8 against
Yes.
Marquette. Pulled away late. That was impressive.
Oh, yeah, they're in good
Tom,
shape.
Tom Izzo has made, 15 Sweet 16s in 25 years at Michigan State? That's just
That
incredible.
would go down as great
That's
coach.
incredible.
That goes. That
No one's doubting or denying great coach Tom Izzo.
I'm not sure I'm going Painter great coach right now. I don't know if he can say that.
Okay, how about great regular season coach?
Yeah. I mean, we
Struggles,
don't have to butt heads
kind of a
over.
choker, maybe a little bit.
Well, I don't know about. I don't know what the deal is. How do you? That's the smallest team in America they lost to. The smallest. That's a scientific fact. They're the smallest team in America.
everyone has went above and beyond as far as the analysts saying that this is the biggest upset. It beats the upset of Virginia.
UMBC.
Yes,
well, because Virginia was down one of their best players in that game with injury, and this one, FDU did not win their conference. Merrimack was not eligible to go to the tournament because they're still new to Division I basketball.
Good point.
They were not eligible to go, so FDU was second from a tiny conference and still beats Purdue. And then they pushed FAU last night. They were in the game.
They had the ball like with a minute to go, down 3.
Yeah, I mean they
With
were
the ball.
in last night's
They
game.
turned it over. I mean that game could have easily. I'm like, they make this shot. It's going to be a 1-point game, or it's overtime, or
Against FAU.
and then things broke loose.
Yeah,
There's
they
a
lost by-
turnover. They missed a shot. Turnover had a free run for a dunk and all those.
They
things.
lose 78-70 to FAU, but that was a tight game. So they proved it wasn't just a fluke one game one-off.
No,
They were
I
a
would
pretty
like
good
a
team.
fluke.
I was pulling so hard for that because I wanted to see a 16 seed so bad
In the Sweet 16.
In the Sweet 16
Oh,
after
yeah.
they played a first four.
That's right. Yeah,
They're
played.
a first
They were
four
in the
team.
first. Yeah, they were the first 4.
Hey, don't get me wrong on Painter. I like him. I really like. In fact, I really like him. I just don't know if you can go great coach right now. That's
I
a
think he needs to go more with the half quarter zip, not the 3/4 zip. He kind of has kind of
I don't
it's
even know
almost
if he
like
had
it's kind of a t-shirt look, almost like that. It's kind of a
T-shirt,
no
yeah.
collar.
He handled the post game really well, incredibly well. I don't know what you do if you're a Purdue fan.
Well, if you look at that game again,
I watched
Zach Edey.
I can't remember.
Was their guy. 21 points. He was fine. 7 for 11 shooting. 21 points, 15 boards. Needs some help. Gillis
I
had
don't
10
think
boards.
he took a shot in the last 7 minutes.
That's a problem. That
Right.
seems like a problem.
Right.
If you are the best player, one of the best in all of college basketball, you need the ball.
Yeah.
You need to shoot it.
Their point guard, their little freshman,
Is that
Smith.
Fletcher? Oh, Smith. Yep, Seth Smith.
What's his name? First name.
His
Smith.
name is Braden Smith.
Braden Smith turned it over 7 times. He was a bit. Now I hate that. It's not his fault they lost. I mean, there's a lot of fault to go around, but he turned it over 7 times as the point guard, and they didn't get the ball to Edey. And I mean, it's bizarre. There was a lot though. That felt like it was 2 weeks ago.
The viewership had to be awesome just around the country. That game ended probably about I don't want to say 8:45,
Friday
somewhere in
night.
there.
Friday night.
So
8:45.
everyone is watching that. Yeah. Everyone flipped to that. Everyone's watching.
Everyone likes
the last,
seeing history.
Yeah. So I mean, people that were in bars and at events, whatever, it was mayhem to watch what just happened.
Sip, regarding your thought on Matt Painter in the post game, Lane says he handled it well because he's used to losing in the dance early. So it's just not a comment for Matt Painter.
Yeah, some guys handle losing really well because they're used to it.
He's used to it. Next year we'll be better. One seed, maybe we should be a 7 seed next year. A better chance to win. Some other games of note. I mean, Sip, people are calling you out here for Iona on the text line.
Yeah,
but here's the deal: Iona played a really good first half. They're up by 2 at halftime on UConn, and UConn said, "Oh, that's enough of that."
Right.
UConn has played 2 straight great second halves because they were up by 1 against St. Mary's yesterday. Blew them out second half. I mean, they have now rolled to the Sweet 16 beyond second half performances.
I remember I hated that matchup though. I hated it. I mean, I thought Iona, if they with the right matchup, could advance, but UConn. Now I don't know. Our group text is all over the map.
Which part are you going to here?
I did group text. I think UConn's going to win it all.
You did at one point after the Iona game. Yep, Iona game.
That Arkansas matchup is tough though, because they're going to run it. I don't know. It's so wide open. I don't even know what to say.
And we have failed to mention something incredible, that there is a 15 seed in the Sweet 16. After all that, which is all great stuff, Princeton beats Arizona in the first round. Then they really handled Missouri from start to finish. That won by double digits. Missouri had a nice win against Utah State, and they don't show up in game 2. Princeton versus Creighton.
Oh,
the Jays of Creighton.
Jake.
I can't deny them because they've won.
Jays,
oh no, they don't.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
The Jake.
Oh, they're not the Jake Jays at all.
Yes, the double J.
I didn't want to mention them because I don't like Creighton, but I cannot deny them in the bracket. Creighton has had a pretty simple route to this Elite Eight if they get there. I mean, NC State was not a very good basketball team for tournament standards. That was a lacking team. They should have been probably one of the last 4 in. They got an automatic 11 seed. Baylor is not the Baylor teams of the past. This is not a Scott Drew championship team from Baylor. They're good. They have.
Look at him pouring cold water.
Yeah.
All
I am
over
pouring. I am.
Look at him
I
pouring.
am.
Now pour cold water over 22 for 22 from the line.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's
22 for 22.
Hey, Sip, I respect that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They were locked in yesterday. Creighton wins by. They won by how many points? They won going away.
Oh, do I write that?
Creighton won 85-76. They win over Baylor. 85-76. Ryan Nemhard, 30 points, a career high yesterday for Creighton, for him in the ball game. Creighton made 11 threes in the game. As someone pointed out, this is the Creighton team they were expecting all season long. But finally, that Creighton team is playing like that when it matters most.
Yeah. They went through their bad spell.
It's kind of it holds up true, which is one of the oldest cliches in coaching, but it is true. You never stay the same. You're always getting better, or you're getting worse. You're doing one of two things every day, and Creighton obviously has continued to play better throughout the year. How they've developed, what they look like. From you watch I didn't watch a bunch of Creighton. Obviously, I watched the Nebraska game, but how they're playing right now compared to what they looked like a month and a half ago.
Oh, they went through a bad period.
Yeah, and
they lost like 6 straight. Remember?
They did, yeah. Right. Nebraska's part of it. Yeah, don't forget, Creighton fans, you're in the Sweet 16, but you lost to Big Brother this year.
I'm sure
Big Brother
they
down the road.
care less at this point.
Well, I don't because I'm holding to it, baby.
Do you think in the locker room after that win, the first thing that the head coach addressed with him is like, "This is great." So we got this is great, but we got Nebraska next year, and buckle up. So let's. Do you think that was the first thing?
Don't celebrate
everyone,
too much.
Put the water bottles down. Everyone.
Nebraska beat us this year,
yes,
and they won us next year.
We're not going to enjoy this until we get that off.
Creighton, 17 wins in the dance now. But now 24 losses, but 17 and 24.
That's a lot of appearances, though.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Nebraska's 0-7. They're 17 and 24. Is that you said?
17 and 24.
They played 41 games. Nebraska's played 7.
That
and they've not won one.
mathematics you just did was amazing.
Yeah.
I could have done that. I'm going
more
like
painful
I'm in my
than
head. I'm trying to carry the one and do all that stuff, and I'm just like,
carry the one.
And I'm just, my head is just it's not happening.
So here's your Sweet 16. We'll start in the South and go to the East. Okay, Alabama has rolled so far. They beat A&M Corpus Christi. They beat Maryland to get to the Sweet 16. San Diego State beats Charleston, and Furman. They blew out Furman, who beat Virginia. So San Diego State will play Bama in the Sweet 16. Creighton versus Princeton to get to the Elite Eight, a 15 seed in your way. Yeah. Creighton's got to be feeling very, very good about their chances of making their furthest appearance in the dance. FAU, the 9 seed, will play Tennessee, who beat Duke. Now that game, so we talked about on Friday how good Duke looked against Oral Roberts. If they blew them out, we thought that's a team that could go to the Final Four. Tennessee says not so fast.
It seemed like everybody overlooked Tennessee.
We did. Well, Tennessee didn't look good against Louisiana. They won by 3 points the first game, scored in the 50s and winning that game, and they just poured it on Duke.
They're the most physical team in the tournament.
They talked about bringing Duke into their game, which they did. They muddied it up. They brought it. Hey, this is what we're doing.
Muddied it up. They're rough.
They are rough.
There was a
Rick
foul
Barnes,
I saw.
baby.
Yeah, there was a foul I saw. They go find a guy to check.
Yeah.
And they will barrel into the guy. They are a rough team. Good. Barnes is good. Keep going, Jake.
Okay, then you have FAU, Tennessee, Kansas State, who looked Kansas State. That was an impressive one yesterday. So Kansas State beats Montana State round 1, and then Kentucky comes out guns blazing in the second half. They're down at halftime, comes out guns blazing, take the lead. K-State calms down. They're down by 8 at one point in the second half. Jerome Tang calls timeout, and then they figure it out. Malik Noel gets it going, the great point guard. Keontae Johnson had some big buckets in this game. Yeah. K-State's they have a reason to believe they could go further. I mean, they're going to play Michigan State, who obviously had the big win against Marquette yesterday and the win against USC in round 1. But that should be a really, really, really good game. Kansas State, Michigan State could be the best game in the Sweet 16.
So that goes back to our text line, not the text line, our text line between the three of us.
Group text.
Yeah. From the chat pack. Right there.
That's right. Our chat pack.
We have a picture.
Yeah, we have a picture from the chat pack.
We have a picture. In April, when he arrived last year at this time, Kansas State had 2 players on their roster.
Remarkable.
2 players.
Jerome Tang.
2 players on their roster. They weren't able to scrimmage for months and months because they didn't have enough guys. They couldn't get 10. They had 2 guys on their roster. And now they're in the Sweet 16. That is just amazing job by the whoever helped with player personnel, with their recruiting part of it, who they went and able to obtain, and then it also shows you how fast things now can flip.
They can flip fast, Jake.
Things can flip.
Nebraska, you keeping track. Nebraska, take notes. You can flip fast here. Be successful. Malik Noel, this guy's. I mean, if you had not seen him before yesterday, which I had watched much K-State basketball.
I didn't either.
The guy's a freak, and a good one. I mean, that guy's amazing.
Yeah,
he threw a no-look alley-oop dunk to Johnson right before halftime. That was just a beautiful pass, and they just slammed it home.
Oh, he's good.
Right before half.
He's a little guy. It's amazing. Those like Bill was talking about, 5'9" guys can do what he does. Anyway,
there was 2 guys on their roster.
That's amazing.
When he arrived, when the head coach arrived.
We all know Keontae Johnson was looking at Nebraska, didn't get cleared to play here, so Kansas State takes him, and now the rest is history. He's been phenomenal this season.
Now, I don't know. It's my read that for a while you looked at K-State and said he was their best player, but at some point Malik Noel came.
That's a good sign. That's how they can go far.
I know that Sip will be mad at me with that. Where did he come from?
Who?
Noel.
I don't know.
Was he one of the two remaining?
Oh.
Or did he come in?
yeah.
I don't know that.
check it out.
I'm trying
I don't
to find,
know.
I don't
Check
know
it out.
that.
I'll see where he was at.
Now, Kansas, you're right, though. Kansas State, Michigan State almost looks too close to call.
That should be a great basketball.
This is also a great
game.
lesson. Is there are some people I'm sure that did not have to leave that team that went, I'm out of here, and they're sitting there right now going, ho 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 ho.
Yeah.
Noel was there last
was there?
year. He was
Okay,
one
he
of the
was
two.
there. He was
that
one of the
came
guys.
back.
Okay.
Before that, he was at Arkansas Little Rock.
Okay.
But he was there last year.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a good team. It's not just those two. They're
Tomlin,
good.
They have Tomlin, Naquan Tomlin.
Yeah, he's
Is
good.
good.
And they have an outside shooter that flies way under the radar named like Abdu or something like
Masu.
Masu.
We only made 1 3 yesterday.
Yeah,
but
he only
was
made
good.
1 3. He
He
shoots
was good
40%.
against Montana
Yeah.
State, though.
Yeah.
All right, so K-State, Michigan State. Now to the Midwest bracket. Houston, who was down at 10 points at halftime to Auburn, then outscores them by 27 points in the second half, wins by 17.
Auburn 4 baskets the entire second half.
Stop. No,
Hello.
no,
That's right. Auburn 4 baskets.
Did not know that.
The entire
I did not
second
know
half.
that either.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl, what happened?
Yeah.
Bruce.
I'm saying right now, you put maybe. You just go get your best intramural team. You got a chance at 4 hoops
four
in
baskets.
20
Absolutely,
minutes.
yeah.
You'd have a chance.
4 baskets.
Last night, Miami takes care of Indiana. So Houston, Miami in the Sweet 16.
That's a good game.
That should be a great. Miami is full of great guards with Nigel Pack and Isaiah Wong. Those guys are studs. But you got more than that too.
And they
Yeah,
had
that's-
20 offensive rebounds against Indiana.
They win
20.
85-69 Miami last night.
Miami.
Isaiah Wong, Player of the Year of the ACC, 27 points. That's the only ACC team left, by the way.
Good shooter, Wong.
Isaiah
good
Wong.
shooter.
Yep. Moving on in that same bracket, Xavier, who had a very scary game against Kennesaw State, takes care of Pitt pretty handily
Yeah, they
yesterday.
did,
Win by
yeah.
double digits. Xavier plays Texas, who survived Penn State on Saturday night. Xavier, Texas could be a good basketball
Yeah.
game.
Evenly matched.
Should be very good.
Well, it's a 3 versus 2, so it should be.
And we'll dive into Arkansas next segment. What happened after that game? But Arkansas beats Kansas.
I have a take.
And we'll,
wanna
talk that.
I want to
next
hear
segment.
that.
Arkansas,
take.
the 8th seed, moves on to play UConn, who Sip says could win it all. It's hard to deny that.
You can't deny that. No,
their
no.
second halves are just amazing.
Remember,
at this
if you
point.
look at their first 14, they went 14-0.
That's right.
The teams they beat, that wasn't 14-0. The teams they beat in
They're
those
beat
first
good
14, really good teams.
Yeah.
So they went really hot, really cold.
Yeah.
Now they're back on a heater.
Yeah, they're on a
Never
heater.
walk away from a heater. What movie is that from?
I don't know that.
That's The Hangover also.
Oh, God,
Never
I should have
walk
known
away
that.
from a heater.
I should have known that.
Trying to figure out why they're not back yet. He's like, Dad's like, never. Well, if they're on a heater. If they're on a heater.
Hey,
Great movie.
I didn't. I know I loved Iona, but then I saw even in the first half. There's no way they can win this game. UConn's got two 7-footers that are good. They're freaky.
Yeah, UConn's a problem.
They're a big
very,
problem.
Very good team.
I do. I think I like them to win it all.
UConn wins 70-55. Adama Sanogo, former Nebraska recruit, they were after him. It was between Nebraska and UConn. Believe it or not.
They're big. That's one of their
Oh, yeah.
bigs.
It was Nebraska and UConn in for Adama Sanogo. And all he's done has been phenomenal this year. Sanogo in that game yesterday, 24 points and 8 rebounds.
He was too much for Iona, too. He was
He's
too
a
much
stud.
for Iona.
He's just in the final Sweet 16 matchup, you'll have Gonzaga, who beats TCU last night, against UCLA, who beat Northwestern to get there. So there is your Sweet 16.
UCLA. Now, who's the kid? The kid is
Jaquez.
Oh God,
Stud.
Oh,
he's
God.
a freak, man.
Oh baby, he was a Pac.
he's
he
good.
was the Pac-12 Player of the
He's
Year.
so good.
and he could have been the National Player of the Year. He is a
Jaime
difference maker.
Jaquez.
That's how you get to where. That's a great. He's a great example of that's how you get to the Sweet 16. And I imagine
He's twice the size of his head coach.
Yeah.
They showed him at the end of the game.
Your
It was
boy
like
Cronin.
who's the last attorney at law that's still in?
We
That's
saw
still
it was
alive.
Ed.
Yeah,
Of course, Bill found the suit and sent it to us.
Yeah,
we
it
got
was
a
a three-piece suit.
He looked
so
good.
he's there. He's standing next to the reporter, and then it's like I'm like he's half the size.
Cronin's a little.
Cronin,
dude.
he's got to be 5'6".
Yeah, that's about right. That's
Yeah,
about right.
He has to be.
Got to find that
Cronin-
picture.
The picture of him in his suit.
Cronin's
Yeah.
got a good team, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, I have a way more of a
There it is.
look at
how
this.
short he is.
It's half the size.
Jeez.
It's half the size.
Yeah, that is.
He's half
look
the
how
size.
short
Jaime
he is.
Jaquez is pretty tall.
So short.
Yeah. But
Stop, because he's
an
probably my
attorney.
side.
He's an attorney for sure.
He's the last one. I tell you one thing though, if they went head to head, I'd take Buzz every time.
Would you?
In the courtroom? In the
Oh,
courtroom.
really?
Well, if it was a
no.
if it was a murder case like that.
Yeah, Buzz gets all sweaty and nervous.
If it was
Nick's
a murder
cool.
case, I'd take Cronin probably like that. If it's slander or something.
Buzz strikes me as a bail bondsman.
He has a little bail bondsman to it. He's a guy that would be if you need to get
Crafty bail bondsman.
Exactly.
Get Buzz.
That's
Get in
spot
trouble,
on.
get Buzz.
Yeah. You want to get a buzz? You
got a great tagline.
got buzzed. Get Buzz. You got buzzed. Get Buzz. Absolutely. He would be perfect. Just collar kind of undone. Just kind of imagine talking to him at 3 a.m. and he answers the phone, trying to be the bail bondsman to get you out.
Call.
Hey, Buzz, I need some help. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
Hey, the Cronin strikes me more as like he'd specialize in mafia law.
You think so?
Yeah.
Mafia. That's Jay Wright's specialty is mafia.
I
law.
don't know, but anyway, it was an it's almost too much.
It's beautiful. The
Yeah.
first 4 days, you get, like I said, the fire hose was on this
Oh
weekend.
my
It was
God!
beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't know. I like that. Like I say, the Purdue game just gets lost in the shuffle in the end. There's a lot of great games.
Yeah, we forgot
The Big
about
Ten came out of it not very well.
No, we'll get to that more at the top of the hour.
Okay.
But Michigan State, the one team left. We had to get to some delayed idle chit checks. We had to get right in the
Oh, yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
It was-
yeah.
We have a
Bill
lot. We have a
went to a
lot to
fish
get
fry.
to because Bill went to a fish fry in Hickman. Sip, you
Yeah.
went to the new the Village Inn, and I went to O'Neill. I made the trip. But how was the fish fry? We started with Hickman.
Yeah, start with
The
Hickman.
fish fry was really really good. It was just how you think it would be. It was that's the best part.
Trying to
was
think about that.
when you
Close
watch.
your eyes, Sim.
So when you watch, well, I sent you a picture of the audio visual things that were available. If you wanted to watch a VHS tape or something quick, it was you could get that. You could pop that in if you wanted to catch something on that.
Get something.
But it was the best part was it was old school Legion. And so it was.
Oh, yeah.
So it was. I mean,
Could you smoke?
Yeah, you get
Old
you
school.
could, I'm telling you, there were people smoking in there recently. Yeah, I can see that. So I was okay with that. I had a little bar set up right there. You got your, and the fish was outstanding. Everything was good, but they also had several desserts, and I had the Texas sheet cake.
I love that stuff.
Oh,
is
it was
that?
unbelievable.
What's a Texas sheet cake?
It's just like it's the cake, the one with that much cake, then the frosting on top. It's kind of a harder chocolate frosting.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember the first we get home, and my wife's like, "Why did we not get a couple extra pieces of the
Come
Texas
on,
sheet
man. You
cake?"
should have done that.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Could you have done that?
But the hospitality was real great right there. I believe Steve texting, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure it was. Bartender right away was like, "Appreciate you coming."
Steve, if you're out there,
Listen to-
402-464-5685.
If I screwed the name up, then the bartender.
Bartender in Roca? Or in Hickman?
No, in Hickman. Oh, yeah, right away. He was like,
Okay.
thanks for coming out, listening on the show, all those things.
Steve
So,
was the bartender?
yeah,
Okay.
it was really.
You think
we think. But the hospitality there was outstanding. He's in the National Guard. I know that. He's in the National Guard. And but it was. You need to go. It was a.
sounds good.
There was a couple of people that were ahead of us. We were driving out there. We had a little situation on the drive out there. Took a couple roads that my wife and my sister and brother-in-law were not real happy with me. We kind of went in.
Did you have the GPS going?
What's that? Not GPS.
took a bad route.
We went off road.
Did
We
you?
went off road. We went around some signs. You know what it says? No through traffic.
Yeah.
We tried it.
Did you?
Yeah, we tried it. We got through. One case we got
Throw
through.
through traffic.
One case, the car, my Jeep is sliding sideways down the ditch.
Oh, nice.
It's sliding sideways like that.
doing?
And my wife's yelling at me, she's like, "Stop it! Stop it!" I'm like, "I can't stop it. I'm sliding. I'm not sliding sideways on purpose towards the. We're gonna wreck. We're all gonna wreck." And
Sliding
oh yes. Then we get to the next part. I gotta go. I think we get around this and to my brother. And I goes, "We gotta at least try." And my sister and my wife and they open the doors and try to get out of the car. They're like, "We're getting out. We're getting out. I'm not doing this." That's what's going on.
Sounds a little
We have an update.
stressful.
It was Mike, the bartender. He's on
Mike.
Facebook. He says, "Thanks again for coming out to the fish
yes,
fry, coach." It's Mike.
Mike.
The bar-
Mike was his
Steve,
middle name.
Mike. Yeah.
Was your middle name Steve?
Yep. He had a good
Yeah,
conversation
Michael
with him.
Steven.
You know,
Yeah.
his
The
name is-
Catholic.
Oh,
Lost.
they were. It
Mike,
was,
thank you,
it was
Mike.
outstanding. So that turned out great, and then finished it up. We stopped by. I was like, "We're this close to Roca. Why would you not stop into the Roca Tavern?"
You have
like
to.
that? So,
Yeah, that's
It'd be a
good.
shame
That's
if you
good
did.
night.
so we stopped in there, and that was outstanding like that. We had a safe driver, so we were good with all that. So we thought through everything. So
Now I
job.
drove by this morning because I come from Sevier Street and I saw the Village Inn, the new sign.
I go by it every day too.
Sip was there. What's the report on the Village Inn?
It opened Monday, so it opened a week ago. It reopened.
Yeah.
It's remodeled.
Inside.
Yeah, it's very minimalistic. It's
So no orange flavor.
no,
orange and
no,
greenish
it's much
flavor?
different. It's cream colored, and it's just very simplistic. But I'd say it's very clean and simplistic. The thing that really struck me is a carrot cake, $60.
I saw that. Prices.
Yeah.
Carrot cake, 60. Now the pies are very affordable. The pies are $15 to $17.
Oh, yeah, you said so. I got to look at the screen.
And there's a lot of people. I noticed there's a lot of people that just come in and buy pies.
Yeah.
I mean, there were 5 when I was there that clearly just came in to buy
buy
pies.
pies.
Yeah. The menu's the
I
same.
got the picture. Okay. Yeah, carrot cake $60, cheesecake $35. Why was the carrot cake so expensive?
It must be
Is
really
Carrots
good.
very expensive.
Is it massive?
Just like eggs. This is like eggs are more expensive than
It's okay.
Like this big.
I don't want to. I mean, Village Inn, I don't want to do them wrong. The pies are very affordable.
Yes, $17.
And
for a pie,
the
yeah.
menu, I think, is this pretty much the same. It's still breakfast. It's not breakfast dominated, but it's heavy breakfast. It was good. It was excellent. I had a BLT. Alex had crepes. Anna had the happy face pancakes.
You're the only person I know that eats BLTs year round.
I eat them all the
Year
time.
round. 'Cause usually that's
yeah.
like a summer.
Spring and
fresh
summer thing.
Fresh
Is it?
tomato. It very much is. Text line, love to hear
Totally
from you.
agree, yeah.
But that is a very much a summer. Oh yeah, my dad just loves BLTs, but I've never seen him eat one except for when the fresh tomatoes come in like out of your garden. That type of situation. So you're the first. I'm excited about it. I'm not upset. I'm
good.
like, it's nice to know someone that the BLTs are getting served year round.
Village Inn, the Village Inn is basically the same thing. It's not
It's just the now.
Yeah, just the.
It's not. It's still the Village Inn.
So I'm curious. There's a Village Inn at like South Point. Is that one?
Yeah, is that
old Village Inn? Or is that new the
Haven't
Village Inn?
scouted it out.
I'll drive by there today.
You know what we
let
need to do is probably get someone to post up at the Village Inn,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to the other one, and we'll
Okay.
we'll FaceTime, and just kind of see what's
What's
going
look
back,
like?
and
What's the
what's it look like
comparison
over there.
I don't FaceTime. Yeah, it was packed yesterday. I had to go back in for Trixie to get 2 pies. So I had to go back in yesterday.
Were the pies right at the checkout like we talked about?
Yes, they were.
Same
Thank you for
spot as they
asking.
used to be?
Thank you for asking.
They haven't changed that.
No,
Okay.
no, right at the right. at the
That's
front.
beautiful. The way it's
No,
displayed.
it's not
there.
that much different.
colors.
They always try to lure you with the chocolate pie. With the whipped cream top and then the shaved chocolate
Oh,
on
yeah.
top.
That's
there. Where they lure you.
That was
That's where they get you. That's where you're like, oh man, oh
Yep,
wow.
that's
let's take a
And the
stop.
banana cream was sitting out like that. The chocolate pie, and there's a cherry pie.
No pecan.
There was pecan. It's
Okay.
something pecan. It's something. It's something here.
By the way, everyone's saying Bill's right on the BLTs. It's summertime.
Come on.
Not year round.
It's not a year round.
I haven't heard it.
Year-round
I haven't
thing.
heard it year round.
Oh,
I've
come on.
I'm shocked you could get it. I'm 100%. I really
Where
am.
are these tomatoes coming from?
I'm shocked you could get it.
Lightly toasted BLT. That's what I like. Lightly toasted. Now hold on. Let me see something. What is that?
Yeah.
I send. Hold on.
I got all your pictures over.
I got to
there
get
that
that
you sent.
pecan pie thing.
Just take a picture of it. Or
Caramel pecan
Oh, that
silk
sounds
supreme.
delicious. That sounds
it's
good.
caramel pecan silk supreme.
I don't know if I feel good about that. I'm kind of a traditionalist.
I'd eat it.
I would try it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not trying it. I wouldn't slap it out of your hands or something.
that-
Get
that nonsense
out
out
of
of here.
I'm going to
It's
try it.
$17 if you want to try it.
Okay.
A piece is $5.
I think I'm going to try it. My wife will want me to stop by and get a pie, I'm sure, so I'll do that for her.
Yeah, go in there. I'll tell you one thing. I thought, okay, Sunday morning I'm going to be waiting in line. It's going to be a long situation. Sunday morning. No, it took me 3 minutes. Then we got to talk about the green horse.
We'll
here
get
pretty
to
soon.
O'Neill here later in the show.
Yeah.
But that is right now Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call today for a free quote for a 2023 lawn fertilizer program at 402-440-6297. We got to discuss O'Neill. We got to discuss Eric Musselman also.
Oh, yeah, Bill has a take on that.
Shirts are off in the stands post-victory. We'll discuss that next on early break in the ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. The Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. It's gone to improve our environment, education, and state fair.
Over $900 million? That's something.
I'll say.
Hey, I have a great idea for a commercial. Have someone count to 900 million out loud.
That would take 28 years. Not a good idea.
I don't know, with a little background music and some sound effects.
There's another studio down the hall. Why don't you get started?
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. The proceeds have helped protect and improve Nebraska's environment, funded need-based scholarships for Nebraska students, and maintained and improved facilities at the state fair.
That's terrific. You should put that on your website.
It already is. Just click on beneficiaries in the menu.
Menu? You guys serve food too?
Maybe you should get off your feet for a while.
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84 from the internet. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Real quickly before we get to Eric Musselman and the shirt situation, I was in O'Neill this weekend. I showed you guys the picture of the green horse that Bill had told us about weeks ago. I kind of forgot that when I went up there, so I was kind of glad I forgot it for a little bit because it
jumped on you.
Because I was reminded, like, oh, there's the green horse right there, and he was going through the parade, and he just looked miserable.
Miserable.
But the parade was fun, though, right?
It was cold, but it was fun.
Were you bundled up?
Yeah, you had to be. It was like it felt like it was 8 degrees up there.
My face when I was at Wings and Rings, and we were there with Laura at that, and I'm talking to Jake, and he's like, "We got planned tonight, Jake." Well, he was driving to O'Neill. I'm like,
"This is at 5:30."
I'm like, I go, "You're not getting there till like 10 o'clock."
Got there at 10.
He's like, "Yeah, we're going."
Slow down.
He was going. Like, the best part, he told me, goes, "I've already told my wife we're going straight to the bar. We're not going to someone's house."
Guess what?
Yeah,
and we did. That's
Thank
exactly.
You. Yeah, it was very
that's
clear.
exactly what
Jake
we did.
was like that. So I wanted to see a beer ski. I wanted to see a ski full.
I sent you guys a picture. When I got there.
Yeah.
No,
straight to the bar.
What I told Bill is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
We went right to the O'Neill bar before it closed, and we went on our way. And then the Saturday was hectic, a good hectic, fun, full of stuff.
Hectic.
It looked like some of the photos you sent.
Yeah,
looked like it was a lot of fun.
I couldn't keep up with Jake or you. I don't think I could keep up with either.
Oh, Jake, no.
It's so fun.
You're a leader. You're a leader.
It was a good time.
Of us, you're the big toe.
Oh,
the big toe.
You're the most important toe.
How do you do that at Buffalo Wings and Rings all day long?
My wife came in. She's like, "Hey, we're going to O'Neill." I said, "Okay, well, you're driving then." I made her drive because usually I drive everywhere. I said, "I'm dead right now. If you want to drive, we'll do it." And so she drove, and I was rejuvenated, and everything was good.
So you got up at 4 a.m.
Yep.
And were you up 24 hours?
24,
no, not 20. 22. Were you up 22?
Well, I went to bed past midnight. Yeah, it was probably close to 24 hours.
Where did you guys sleep? At a friend's
We
house?
had shout out to our friends Tasha and Austin who live in Atkinson. That's about 15 minutes west of O'Neill.
Atkinson,
we stayed with
West
them.
Holt would be the high school.
Right.
God, you're just rambling around all week.
Yeah, you are just you are rambling, gambling man.
We got back
You're
to Lincoln about
Seeger.
2:30 yesterday p.m.
Yeah.
I met some listeners up there.
A blonde Bob
I met
Seeger.
Blonde Bob Seeger. Look a little cleaner. A lot cleaner than Bob did.
Shout out to Nolan from Kearney who stopped by, said hello, said loves the show. Met him at Nico's Pub in downtown O'Neill.
Nice. That looked packed.
It was packed.
It was. He showed a panoramic
But Jake
view.
sent him pictures. He's at a fun run.
Yep.
He's at the parade with the horse. He's at a basketball game.
Guys,
he's in 3 different
If
bars.
I'm in O'Neill, I'm going to be in O'Neill.
You were O'Neill. You
did
were
everything.
O'Neill.
I did everything.
You saw the mayor at the basketball game?
Yes, right. The mayor. Yeah, it was
Talk to the
incredible.
mayor.
Yeah, I saw the football players playing basketball.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, think about what he did.
was a lot
He
of
doesn't
stuff.
even look tired.
No.
Well, I got back
I need
at
till
2:30.
Wednesday off.
Yeah. Exactly. I need to call me on Wednesday.
I drove back. I took a 20-minute nap while watching basketball. Woke up, watched more basketball. Everything was good. We're fine. I'm
I
happy.
don't know.
It was
Can
a
you
fun
do
weekend.
that when he's 50?
Did you enjoy the drive back?
Yes.
Did you come back through Albion and did you come through
Oh yeah,
Silver
I
Creek?
I stopped at Runza in Albion. I want to go to a bar or a restaurant, but all the
no more bars.
No, I meant
Hey,
I meant
slow it down, Jake.
I meant like
Jake.
a local restaurant, but they were all closed on Sunday, so we had to go to Runza, which was still great. The fastest service I've ever had at Runza. I ordered it was there when I was done. Like, I got my
that right?
drink and oh, here's your food. Wow, quick.
All right.
Shout out to the Albion Runza.
Did you stop at the Casey's in
that's-
Strasburg?
No, to the Casey's in Albion.
Albion, okay.
But I drove by the Stromsburg
Okay,
Casey's.
yeah.
We drove by the Naughty Pines.
Naughty
in
Pines
Petersburg.
In Petersburg. So I was tracking the whole time. I go, hold it. You should almost be to LG. He goes, oh, not yet. I go, hold it. Petersburg?
On my way up there, you guys were tracking where I was at.
It's like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's like Santa
Where's
Claus.
Jake at?
Where's Jake at?
I'm still blown away by his weekend.
The weekend was.
We're back.
I mean, that was
O'Neill was a blast.
Yeah.
Met Tyler, who was the sports director at KBRB or KBRX, excuse me,
KBRX,
in O'Neill.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tyler.
Nice.
And several people. So
Yeah,
it was
it's fun.
It was a fun
Maybe
time.
a live remote will happen sometime.
Yeah, we might make it happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you pet the horse?
No, I
can't
wish
go
I
out-
would. I wish I would have.
You can't go out
I
onto
did
the-
not pet the horse.
You can't go out onto the parade
You
route.
can't go on the route. There's
there's
restrictions.
That'd be a problem.
That'd be also. Hey, who's? Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, step down.
Yeah, but
Scare the horse.
The horse was right in front of the. So they have a junior high marching band. Not there was the middle school marching band was out there for O'Neill, and the horse was right in front of them, and the horse just laid a big old dump on the road, and they stepped right through it.
That's okay. Road apple?
They didn't clean it up.
Yeah.
They stepped right through the horse dung. I'm like, well, that's what he gets for being green. You can do what you want when you're green, Mr. Horse. So,
what a great weekend by you.
Find out. What do you?
You know who else had a great weekend? Eric Musselman had a great weekend.
We need to hear
Eric
this.
Musselman. So Arkansas was trailing the whole game against Kansas. They come back, win the game 72-71. Really, really, really impressive basketball game by both teams. Arkansas wins. They're on to the Sweet 16. The story after the game became Eric Musselman, who was obviously exuberant. It was ecstatic about the win. He goes into the Arkansas stands, and the shirt is off.
After the game.
After the game, he's whipping it around.
If he had done it with a minute to go in the game, that would have been
okay. Eric, the game's still going, man.
Score's tied.
Does anybody have a problem with Musselman getting excited and taking his shirt off? Oh, you do? Okay.
Hand to God. Yeah, I have a trouble.
What's the problem, Bill?
I don't like any time that coaches draw attention to themselves.
Interesting.
I don't like that. I don't like when you're grandstanding on the sideline or you're doing something to draw that moment. Is all about the players. You just shake hands. You go. You don't all of a sudden that turned into what? Who got the most attention?
I'd say Musselman.
Musselman. He was the story post game.
And so whether he's done it before or not that and again. That can be me. If you have a different take on it,
he has done it before.
I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying that is in my opinion, a situation where that's not a time to grandstand. In my opinion,
it's not my style.
It's just I love.
That's great. I was like, come on.
It's more now. It's fine. Everybody's different.
Yeah,
it's more Jake's style. It's not mine. Like the coaches that I've liked over the years, Bobby Knight's my all-time favorite coach. He ain't taking his shirt off.
Like that.
Well, he's different. Okay,
he's different.
Well, hold it now.
I'm not saying better.
I think they're almost all different because he's the only shirt off guy that I know.
All right,
that's the thing.
Here's the deal, though. If Nebraska who has never ever won a tournament game, wins their first ever game, I'm totally fine if coaches whatever he wants to do. You want to take your shirt off? Do it. I'll do it with you in the stands.
I would say the same thing. I'd say the same thing. I'd be like, nah.
Players.
This is the players. It's a player.
Interesting, Bill.
It's the players' time. That's what you step back on that one. You do not draw attention to yourself. You don't
tend to
do
agree with him, Jake.
You don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to see Fred whip his shirt off. First of all, you'd be like, "What are you doing, Fred?" Yeah. I mean, come on.
He's a man of the people.
I mean, but this is a players thing.
So no, I would not. That would not be my deal. I'm not going to go crazy on
it.
No,
no reason to. But. Yeah, that seems okay. I'm just going to say the two words that come to mind when I see it. Oh, some people are going to kill me on the text line. It's Busch League.
Someone else said Busch League on the text line. They said that was mentioned. There's Busch League on the text line.
It's kind of a Busch League move.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Busch League garbage.
Imagine the other coach, too. It's like, really?
Yeah.
You just took your...
Well, okay, on that point. So the texter says, that's Busch League garbage. Have you ever seen a Hall of Fame coach celebrate like that after a game?
Yeah.
Well, like Bill said, I've never seen a coach.
I've never seen anyone do it. Sometimes you even have the moment. I give you an example. At the end of the game, and I don't know if it was because of that or a taunting with that, but of the gosh dang, what game was it? I'm doing a complete blank right now. FAU game.
Okay.
So the game's over, and they went no foul, no moss. They were done. Okay. It's like that. And one of their players tried to do a 360 dunk.
Missed it.
But it was like it set everybody off immediately. Like you do not do that.
No, you don't.
That is just one of those things that it's like
the FDU coach was pissed, and FDU was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, he did.
We didn't approve that. We're so sorry.
He came over.
Yeah.
He was like,
he was pissed too.
Ran to him. Is like, oh, "That's bad. I'll handle it." So it was. Then it got handled real well. But that's the point. Is you just don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't do anything.
I'm with you. It didn't bother me. I mean, Musselman's kind of quirky, so it didn't necessarily surprise me, but. I think you're in the right spot when you say it takes away from the players.
Seemed like his fitness level was good.
Pretty
good.
It's
pretty good shape.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think he's in pretty good shape.
Okay.
Like more of a cardio guy.
Yeah,
probably than.
He's not.
Well, he's 58.
He's not pumping a lot of iron.
Yeah, he's not.
I tell you what, when you watch these games, I immediately whoever I turn on, I pick a side.
Do you?
If I'm watching,
right away.
I'm like, okay, I'm watching. I'm like, okay,
I wish I would have done.
I want to pick. So when I'm
watching the bench or what? The coach?
Whatever. I'm watching just for a few minutes, and so I wanted Memphis to win.
So did I.
I wanted Memphis to win. So then I'm watching the game, and I completely flipped. Their
Memphis
bench,
against FAU
first game.
Their body language and one of their players, his name was Davis. Must have been about maybe 4 to 5 minutes to go in the game. He misses a shot. right, that comes down awkwardly and tweaks his ankle. And then all of a sudden he's on the sideline, comes over on the sideline like that, and there's a timeout, and he comes kind of back towards the team. It looks like he's fired up. I mean, and it looks like we're like, man, he's trying to, let's do this thing. It wasn't. He was chewing their asses out, and all it got real. I don't know. It got real heated, and the players came back at him. And the sideline for the rest of it.
Is this FAU?
What's that? No, this is Memphis.
Oh, Memphis.
Memphis.
Okay.
I'm watching. I'm immediately. It's me and my wife, my sister and brother. I'm like, oh, I'm for FAU.
Why? Because
just because
bad look.
Yeah, just the side. And then at the end of the game, Penny Hardaway threw his water bottle.
Chucked the water bottle.
Chucked his water bottle.
Not a great move either.
No, not a great look.
But I'm just telling you, they even talked during the game several times. It's like Penny Hardaway just spent 1 full minute of the timeout just trying to get his team back in control. They were just screaming at each other like that, and it was just
keep our composure.
Yeah. So if anybody's watching that, I'll see if they saw the same.
The one thing I would add to that, not that, but just watching and seeing things that concern you, and maybe it kind of tells you what you need to know in some ways. Kentucky. Now, I think Kentucky's gotten soft as a program. It reminds me of Texas football. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. Kentucky.
We don't have a lot of Texas listeners, I don't think. Right
Kentucky's basketball reminds me of Texas football. They should be way better. They're not. They're not better than Kansas State. Kansas State's better. But what bothered me was they have a great point guard, Kassan Wallace. Great. I think he had 24 yesterday.
And Sheboy.
And the player of the year from last year.
Kassan Wallace. Yeah, but now what I saw that bothered me was with 12 seconds left or inside a minute left, Kassan Wallace went to the bench. I think he had fouled out.
Okay.
And he kind of he came to a trainer, and the trainer cracked a joke. They're down. They're done. They're not going to win the game. And he kind of started laughing, and I just thought it was a bad look. If I'm a Kentucky fan, I'm like, why?
I want to see the tape of this one.
What are you
I didn't
laughing
see that.
about?
I don't see the tape.
So what SIP was this? So the game was basically
Game was over.
They're going to lose.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose.
That's your second best player, probably, maybe your best player.
Yeah.
And he just kind of cracks a smile on it. I'm just like, I just think they don't have the right culture there. And you know what? Our friend Greg, South Carolina, I was texting with him, and he said, no, that's exactly right. Calipari's up in arms about how soft they've gotten.
Well, there you go. When we come back,
you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen.
Well, that's true. That's
either one of two things.
Yeah.
Song of the day and Bill's Thrills up next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in minutes.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value. Installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-665-4650 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
You love the Busch sport take.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big you're a big tough guy this morning?
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Song of the day, I Need to Know by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from 1978. 464-56851 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating in the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day. Once again, your Song of the Day, I Need to Know by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 1978, the year on that one. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
Incredible start to the song, right?
Yes, that's I hit you right away. I go, give me the lyrics.
Yeah, Bill did.
Say it again. Just
yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good. Hey, listen, that you're right. The start of the song, not only do they just jump right in,
they jump in hard.
It's hard for you, though.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. He has good starts usually.
Yeah, and he does. It's the first line is good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a good first line. I never thought about that. Good job, Bill. Well, the talk on the street says you might go solo.
I love that.
Yeah.
That grabbed me.
Yeah, it does.
That's why I tapped you.
Yeah. You could understand
the lyrics. Get the lyrics.
You played the whole song, by the way.
He did play. He played the whole song.
I only played a minute and a half.
I know he loves.
Well, we're not going to get paid for 3 months now.
We played the whole song and then
Tom Petty, R.I.P.
I skipped the first 20 seconds of it. There's a lot of.
Well, the talk on the street says you might go solo. A good friend of mine says you're leaving by the back door. That's really good.
That's really good. That leaving by might go solo. Leaving by the back door. Wow.
Song rating?
High. Really high. Like 9.1 high.
Wow.
The start's incredible. Well, now, Bill, there's a long time on this show, Bill, while you were working.
I did. And I'm going to work for another about 45 minutes, and then I'm off. So if anyone's trying to get a hold of me in the next 18 hours, I'm free, Sipple. I know. I know.
You were
I know.
coaching.
Yeah.
You were
I'm not coaching. I know.
Bill was a listener of the show, though, so you might have picked up. We played a lot of petty.
There's a lot of. So when we played, my first thought was, what was my first thing I thought was?
What?
Oh, repeat. I did.
I don't think this one's a repeat, though.
Because I know you're a big
I play a lot of petty. I don't
think it is.
Yeah, I don't.
I cannot confirm anything over the last 7 years. A lot of things have happened.
All right, where did Bill go? Where did you?
So I said the first line grabbed me so hard. That's why I had to tap Sip and be like, "We got to pull this. I got to make sure I have this exactly right."
Yeah.
So that grabbed me right away. The hard driving beat right out of the gate was really good. I'm gonna go with an 8-3.
Okay. Good.
Also, I know that's my era too, so I know the song, knew the words, so.
Okay, before we get to Bill's Thrills, let me get to Legal ID real quick. Then we'll get to Bill's Thrills.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, it is a Monday. That means it's football facts for Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors, Dirk, Scott, and Ty, the guys to contact there. Bill, what's on your mind today for Bill's Thrills?
We're gonna go with some scheme and then some history all within. So today we're going to talk, because you're well aware of this, we're going to talk about zone blitz, fire zone. You guys aware of that?
I hate it when people say fire zone blitz, because I'm like, okay, that's cool. I have no idea what that is.
Means.
So we need some intel here, Bill.
It originated as a 5-man pressure. 5 person would be in the blitz, and it could be numerous people. And then you play a 3 under, 3 deep concept. So you were, in some ways, voiding a zone to bring an extra rusher, and it was always a unique rusher, which means there would be someone dropping that normally doesn't drop, and there'd be somebody blitzing that normally maybe
like
not
Colton
be.
Feast might drop.
Like a blitz. There could be some different things dropping. There's different ways to do it. So you have ways to match it up, and it was all based off of numbers. So it'd be like how the formation lined up. It'd be like, where's your 2? Where's your 3? So there'd be a skiff player, which was a seam curl flat on each side, and there'd be a mid. And then there'd be a mid player. So there'd be so the 3 under would be 2 skiff players, which would be seam curl flat, and then you'd have one to be a mid player that he would work off of whoever the number 3 was. And the 3 could be, if it's 3x1, his 3 was on the outside. If it's 2x2, his 3 was the running back. So that's how you did the number system, and motions had to adjust it all out. And so you came up with different ways to have to play these concepts. And then sometimes it got to be like, okay, you play it country. Country would be straight, like I just described it, seam curl flat, mid, seam curl flat. That means that's vision football. Now, as things progress, you try to play it more in a man concept or a match, which means you'd play match, carry, deliver, which means I would cover him, and then all of a sudden, if he came under, if there was the next defender there, I would deliver him, then I would come off of him.
Hand off?
Yeah, so there'd be different ways how you'd pass off.
Pass off.
Pass off on defense. There are different ways to do that. So that was a very common. So the original call was bark. Bark would be slant scrape. That's going to mean that the field side end is going to go from the 5 technique, a defensive end, all the way to the A gap. Mike Backer is going to blitz. The Sam's going to come off the edge. The other 2 are on the other side. They're both rushing, and a defensive end would be dropping. So historically, where this was made famous at was at Tampa Bay with Monty Kiffin. So this gets back to Nebraska. Monty Kiffin is from Nebraska. He's from Lexington, like that, and also he coached here in Nebraska. So he got that part. So when he was coaching on there, myself, Tony Samuel, and several of our coaches, all Nebraska coaches from New Mexico State, went down to Tampa, and we got inside intel on all the different zone blitzes that nobody else got. We had like the original VHS teach tapes of this that Monty allowed us, because Monty recruited Tony Samuel out of New Jersey.
Okay.
So that was the
defensive
connection.
end, right?
So that's how we ended up being down there, to be able to spend the time with their staff in behind the scenes with all the staff, to be able to go over that, to get all that information. We took the information back to New Mexico State. We used it a bunch that season. We ended up winning 7 games, and then in 1999 is when this happened. That's the year that we upset Arizona State 35-7 when they were ranked 25th at their place.
With Bruce Snyder.
With Bruce Snyder there. Barney Cotton was the offensive coordinator.
For New Mexico State.
Rushed for 365 yards. Jeff Jamrog was on the staff. Steve Standard was on that staff. Jerry Godowski was on that staff. Rich Glover, Outland Trophy winner, was on that staff. And that all, and the thing that ties us together is a lot of us all went to the defensive coaches went down to Tampa to learn the concepts of zone blitz, and they have changed a bunch with different things that the concepts still get used in some fashion, but that's kind of how it came back. Now, one last thing to add in history, I can remember our coaches talking, when I said when I was a GA, talking about Michigan in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes those guys, they just blitz a guy and they leave a zone open. They just in zone coverage, they'll just rush the guy. Well, that's kind of what the concept of this is.
Fire zone.
Fire zone. So we got different ways to do it, and then off of that came creepers. Creepers mean we do something really crazy looking, but you still only rush 4, but everybody else still dropped. So that's kind of the history of fire zones. They're always used at some point in time. Then also tied in some Nebraska history with it, from where it came from the NFL down to New Mexico State, to Tony Samuel, to that whole staff of being from Nebraska, and how that worked out. So a little bit
beautiful.
Fascinating.
So now we have, so you guys now have some fire zones. So when you're doing the games like that, something like that, that's probably a fire zone. You know what? They're probably playing seam curl flat on that. Probably like that.
That's where you lost.
I won't be using that terminology.
Yeah. See,
appreciate that,
but you see, when Bill talks, you understand how much we don't know. Bill understands how much we don't.
That's
Bill
deep.
understands how much we don't know.
You boys told me though you would handle the technical part.
Right.
Scheme.
Now, I would say this. I think I'd understand it better if I was watching a video and you were talking about it.
It would be easier if you
visual learner.
If you did that.
I'm a visual learner.
But everything was based off, where's your 2, where's your 3?
What do you mean, where's your 2?
So I just count outside in.
Oh.
1, 2. That's my 2. From the other side, you count from the sideline. 1, no 2, 3's on the. He's on the other
you
side.
Get this, Jake?
Yeah, I got it.
You'd be a safety. You'd have to know this stuff.
Jake would know that. He would know that. Yeah.
Hard-hitting safety.
Let's just get them lined up first, Jake.
Okay. Yeah. That's Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Scott, Dirk, and Ty, the guys over there. Top of the hour is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
This is Sam Greasel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michael's Clothiers. When I have to call purchase my son and another when I attended media day. Their sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring. He said, no one does it better than Gary Michael's Clothiers, located in Village Garden, 56th and Pine Lakewood, Lincoln.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on ciabatta roll with bagels. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging you way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our peace of mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. See a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. Looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required. required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Are you ready for $0 cost individual health insurance? How about company-paid life insurance? What about on-the-job paid training? Become part of the Landmark difference today. Join Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, at our upcoming career fairs. Chat one-on-one with our team to hear what it's really like to work with us. Career fairs will be held at Landmark locations March 14th in Fairfield, March 16th in Hebron, March 21st in Holdridge, and March 22nd in Marysville, Kansas, and March 23rd in Beatrice, Nebraska. See more details at www.landmark.careers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Jake, sponsored by Gaina Trucking.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Been a fun show so far. You got the podcast at theticketfm.com. Lots of discussion on the NCAA tournament. The Sweet 16 is set. Action on for that Thursday and Friday, and then the Elite 8 Saturday and Sunday. We'll get to the Big Ten here in a second. We talked about the Big Ten a little bit earlier in the show, and we know Sip has to bounce here in about 10 minutes. He's got to go watch the first day of spring practice, or is it just...
No, just
you
media
get access to the. You're going to
watch. You're getting this is media access in terms of interviews.
Call some plays. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Fire Zone. Oh, Fire Zone.
I just learned a big.
How did Bark look today?
I just learned terms this morning.
How was the long stick?
You got the 1 2. You got the 1 or 2.
Did the 2? Did the 2 and 3 exchange? If you do, you got to pass that off.
Yeah, you guys got to communicate.
Are we talking out there?
This is not rocket science. Come on, guys.
Who's your 2? Who's your 3?
I want voices.
Real quick, I didn't mention in the first hour, but I was informed on the YouTube stream. It is Chris at the Baldwin Shop's 72nd birthday today.
Oh, shout out. Wow.
Now, Chris was at Wings and Rings on Thursday.
Did I miss him?
I think
was there.
I think you were there. He had just left maybe when you got there.
I got there about late, like about 12:30 or something like that.
Oh, he was still there then. I should have brought you over there. Yeah.
I should have. Okay. Yeah.
He met Dave Dipple instead. You know.
Yeah, I did. I met
that was
your
Thursday.
cousin.
Yeah, I was in a funk. Sorry, Dave. Now, Chris, happy birthday.
Yeah,
72.
happy birthday.
72 today for Chris.
God, he's in great shape for 72.
He is.
God, I hope I'm in that.
He runs every day.
Still
basically.
works, Bill.
He
Still works.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way.
Oh,
I didn't mean it that way.
Still works, he says. Still working.
I swear to God, I didn't mean it that way.
Hand to God.
Hand to God. Hand to God.
Bill's like, I'm going to kill you.
No, he's not. It was. I could have said.
Still has a job.
I could
He's
no.
72, able to get employment.
That's
okay.
I should have said, Jake, he still works.
Yeah, it's right at me.
Bill, he's still working.
He's right beside. Billy's still working. Other people values his employment, so that he has a job. But
I did not mean it that way.
Gainfully employed.
Yeah,
I did not.
Bill, tell us more about that fire zone. I see you're going to use that a lot today. Yeah, since you don't have a job. Yes.
That way at all.
It was.
That came out so bad.
It came right across the bow. Yeah.
No, it didn't.
And Bill, he still works. Yeah. He put the hand up to it. Bill, he still works. You know that, right?
72
Yeah.
years old.
And then he's like, then he attacked my fitness plan, and he runs too. It's like there's double shot. So
Wow, it's
Chris,
incredible.
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, way to go, Chris.
Yeah,
So we
that's
missed
awesome.
Chris. Bill missed Chris. I missed Chris.
But Bill,
You saw him, though, right?
but You
Yeah.
saw Coach Klempa on Friday. Bowling
God.
coach was there.
Bill's got to meet Klempa sometime.
Yeah, he was good. He's a great guy.
Oh, you really
Oh,
like
Paul's
that
a great
crowd
guy.
was. I'm telling you, that was just fun.
It was.
Fun.
Bill makes the rounds.
Oh, Bill does make the rounds.
Yeah. I didn't get back in on Friday until
Late.
I came after you.
Yeah, he's
I
like
came-
at
I
5:30 or
He's a
so.
little bit late, but it's more.
He showed up before the fish
Good job.
fry.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, we had to go. We had to get to the fish fry from there. Then we had to get to the
Made an
Roca
appearance,
Tavern.
though.
Had a lot of things going. I'm not Jake Sorensen. That what his run
through
that he
the whole
made.
day.
That's where I got my face. Was me and my wife like we got in the car like he's driving to O'Neill.
But
I
my
said,
wife drove. I just sat in the car.
he
I needed
doesn't
to just
stop.
sit.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. He is.
Well, I have to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good job.
But before we get into the Big Ten, we did not give this away in the first hour. We had
Oh.
I was at Wings and Rings. Mark informed me we had a gift sent to the station for us because we
Friday?
On Friday. Yeah, this has been on my cubicle since
Yeah.
Friday. It's big. We got a big box full of stuff.
Are we going to do this?
Yeah, we're going right now. We have to.
We have several
And,
Christmases.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is,
It's a letter from
The
Hoegmeyer.
people, okay?
Hoegmeyer Hybrids. We had the DeKalb hats, Sam.
Yeah.
This is from Scott. I'll give you your gifts in a second.
Yeah.
Scott says, early break team. I enjoy listening to the show and the perspective on Nebraska sports. It's been interesting these last few months to hear all the excitement around Nebraska sports as I'm a diehard Husker fan. Nice. One thing that got my attention was to talk about those DeKalb hats recently. So I thought you could use some apparel from a true Nebraska-based company, a seed company out of Fremont. They've been around for 85 years with a long history of success, and they built around a foundation of great people and farmers in the Midwest. Hope you guys enjoy your apparel. That's from
Fremont.
Scott.
Yeah.
Scott at Hoegmeyer Hybrids.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
yeah.
Good
What's
job.
that mean?
Fremont's a great
I'm
city.
sitting up and I'm slanting.
There's several things. All right, first of all,
Whoa!
I got-
Oh wow!
there's hats.
Oh, my God.
Look
Oh,
at
my
this.
God.
Here we go.
Whoa!
Hoegmeyer.
Look at those.
Hoegmeyer hats. Hoegmeyer
I
hats.
gotta
See
open
the-
my up a little bit. Remember, I got that huge
You
head.
get the big,
got the big-
melon.
I got a
the
big
big
melon.
melon.
That's a sweet hat.
See that, Josh? See that Hoegmeyer hat? Okay, that's not it though. It's not just hats. It's the start. I'm gonna keep going here.
I'm putting mine on too. Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Look at this.
God,
We
look
got
at this.
sweatshirts too. Yeah.
Oh my
Are
lord!
you kidding
We
me?
got sweatshirts. And
Is
it's
that
not-
a hoodie?
It's a hoodie.
That's
It's a
okay.
hoodie.
Oh,
Look at that.
We get the right sizes here. Okay. All right, here we go. You guys, here we go. Take
Like
that
a
one.
walrus.
yeah.
Feels like a walrus.
I was waiting for him to flip me a sardine. I mean, I'm like, just throw me a hoodie. Throw me a hoodie. Throw me a hoodie.
Okay, we got our Hoegmeyer hoodies
man.
here. Look at that. Hoegmeyer.
Those are very
The
handsome.
right seat.
Very
the right
handsome.
seed is the slogan
These
there.
guys, I tell you, they grow some corn now. They do it. They do it.
Oh, I'm gonna wear that to
yeah.
the gym.
Oh,
I'm gonna put the hood up like the kids do. You notice the kids all wear their hoods. Okay, we got more.
Okay, we got.
Oh, yeah.
Take this today to your your
Yeah, I
media
should
session
take-
there.
oh, I should.
That's good notes for Bill's
I
right there
go to
too.
I go to the gym right after this. I'll take this with me.
Yeah, write down your workout.
I will.
and then
Monitor some
and then
things.
some koozies for you too.
Thank
There
you.
go. So there you go. That's courtesy of Scott and the team at Hoegmeyer.
Scott, thank
Hoegmeyer
you.
Hybrids.
Here,
Hoegmeyer from Fremont.
That's from Fremont.
By
Yep.
Fremont Lakes.
Here's to the locals, is what it says. Hoegmeyer, the right seed.
Oh.
And we got our notepads here too.
I'm gonna use that notepad.
Oh
today.
yeah, the notepad's gonna get used.
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you. That's
Bill.
very kind.
Bill
of you guys.
takes a lot of notes.
I do. Here's my note, right here.
Oh, it's funny. He comes in. Did you ever notice when Bill comes in, he's dialed in?
Yeah,
I know that he gets here right after me, and he's locked in. He gets his coffee. He's
Yeah.
ready to go.
And he's
Bill's
getting
ready to go.
he's getting his thoughts together.
Bill's ready to go.
We
So
sit and talk. Me and Jake have a couple moments by ourselves, which is good.
I was gonna come in earlier today, and I got waylaid.
by what?
I'm telling you right now, it's simple. Your time frame is shocking, because when I first started the show, it was 5:58. You came sliding in just like you did.
You see, you've had a good impact on the show, though.
And now he's here like we're like, whoa,
5:44,
whoa,
5:45.
You beat me here before.
Yeah.
Someone says regarding the walrus comment, is it seals or is it walruses that are clapping?
Oh yeah, it's seals. maybe it's seals.
I think
Maybe
seals
it's
is it.
Don't walruses
We got
do
to
that?
study our marine life better.
clapping their hands for sardines.
I think the walrus does that.
Are we sure the walruses don't clap for sardines?
Let's double check. Are you
Text
sure?
line. Is it a walrus or is it a seal that's clapping for sardines?
One of the two, but I got really excited. I did. I did.
That was literally go like this.
Yeah. I got really excited about it. I did.
Look what happened.
Hey, look what happened. Yeah.
This is
It's a very
crazy.
handsome hat.
Unbelievable.
They're a handsome hat.
It is. The mesh is beautiful.
Yeah, Huskers on the side.
I got
Yeah.
so many
Go
damn
Big
hats
Red.
now.
Oh,
It's
such
good.
a
You
Husker.
need a rotation. Of
I got a
hats.
rotation
Yeah.
now. Yeah, it's
It's
unbelievable.
unbelievable right now. It really is.
Yeah, we're in hat heaven
Yeah.
right now.
So thank you to Hogue.
we were not a seed a seed based radio show.
Not till Bill came along. Since Bill's come along, there's a lot of things
It all
that
came back.
changed.
It all came back to trivia. If he didn't have the trivia, if we didn't know DeKalb, Illinois, then never would have happened.
Feels like I got this one. It's DeKalb.
Where is Northern Illinois?
Yeah.
DeKalb.
I got this one. That's DeKalb.
That was
baby.
it. That was it. Changed our whole lifestyle.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
We're like three little kids at
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
Now it's
The
like we got a
walrus
sugar
clapping.
high. Walrus.
Lastly, before we move on,
Seal or
Jeff,
walrus.
Jeff says, I laugh out loud every time I think about the 3/4 zip bit. from the other day."
God, you guys, you just attacked.
It's just the
The
seeing
3/4
that.
zip.
The 3/4 zip. You see your belly button.
We can see your navel.
You still have to put it over your head. But it goes
Can't
over
get
the
it
belly
off.
button.
Feels
like a
like a blouse.
I think it's a 3/4. Is he wearing the 3/4 zip? I don't think that's a thing.
Call it a
I
man
think it's quarter
blouse.
zip. Yeah.
It's a man blouse.
Yeah, it's a man blouse.
Yeah.
We sent some, and we had some pictures in
Yeah,
our
he's got a picture of the guy on The Sopranos.
Granos with the half zip.
And he had a wife beater under it. Hey, how about that? A 3/4 zip with a wife beater under it. Would you guys be okay if I wore that?
Oh, that'd be.
Which guy in The Sopranos is that?
I don't know.
Do you know, Bill?
I don't know.
Somebody's to tell us if it's a seal or a walrus. People don't know. People
I
have
think
no
it's,
idea.
I think it's either one.
They might both do it.
Yeah.
Then we're both. Then we're all.
Bill
clear
is
here.
like a seal or a walrus.
Then
One of the two.
Clapping.
God, we got to get more. Hey,
Sardines.
we should definitely solicit more gifts just so we can see Bill go into walrus mode.
Yes.
What do we got? What do we got here?
Seal
I
mode.
did. I got excited. I got really
It's like
excited.
he's coming out of the
people
water.
send you stuff. And they send really cool stuff.
Yeah, this is
too.
a very good gift.
Yeah, this is
We've
sweet.
never went
This
off.
box is massive.
We've never went off air once and go like, oh, that was just okay.
Oh, we
No,
love our
ever.
gifts.
Every time it's like, oh my god, this is.
Yeah,
If
missing,
we did, we
missing
would
tooth
never do
Greg
it.
gives us
We never say it,
gifts.
yeah.
You know,
We
yeah.
never say it.
We get missing tooth Greg gives
Yeah.
us gifts.
Oh,
You know, we
yeah.
got Scott gives us
Chocolate
gifts.
milk came
We got
in.
This is
Cal.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. So thank you.
This is ridiculous.
Thank
We
you.
got treated very well.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Scott, right?
No, Scott. Scott at Hoegmeyer Hybrids.
Maybe get a package from Japan.
Yeah.
Stop.
If our friend, I think it's Brian in Washington, goes to Japan.
Goes to Japan like that, yeah.
Or Brent.
Well,
Brent.
what would you
Brent.
want from Japan? I mean,
I don't know.
Some
sardines.
No, I don't want sardines from Japan. I want like some beer. Japanese
Always
beer.
pretty safe to get
pretty
Jake
safe.
some
Jake,
beer.
I'm pretty simple to please here, you know.
Jake, did you go over the 200 ounces that you had at the Garth Brooks concert?
Let's not talk.
100 ounces. 100 ounces.
Well,
No,
you said you had some pre, so
I might have had that this
so-
weekend.
You saw him like
Oh,
he
that's
sent
true. It
a
was
photo.
pretty.
He sent a photo with the listener.
Yeah, that was Nolan.
Nolan. He sent a photo, and Jake looked like he took.
I was
looked
fine.
Like he's
Yeah, it's
fine.
unbelievable.
And that was like 11 at night.
Yeah, after
the
a
first
freaking
picture came in at
15-hour
7
day.
o'clock from the fun run. He goes, it's -8 here.
Seriously,
And
it was
Jake's
freezing.
had it. He's at the fun run.
I woke
Then
up,
he's-
I
then
went.
he's- Then he's at the gym.
That's
then
right.
He's live with the horse.
Yeah,
It's
you,
like-
you
it's
got to
unreal.
live life. If you're going to live life.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
living life.
Got to do it.
Yeah. I missed out on the fun. You have
right.
definitely not
Not
missed out on the fun.
No.
Got to have fun.
Yeah. All right.
So thank you for
Big
the
Ten
hats.
basketball.
Yes, then you got to go for this basketball. Big Ten basketball had 8 teams in the dance. There's the Camaro dying sound effect there, and because Michigan State's the one team left, the 7 seed, they beat Marquette, an impressive win. They're going to play Kansas State, but otherwise, the other 7 teams are donezo. So you had 8 teams in the dance. So we kind of asked the question throughout the year, how good is the Big Ten? You had a lot of teams that made the dance, a lot of teams above 500 in conference play, but Does this confirm that it was indeed a down year for the conference, or not? Like, how do you assess this one team in the Sweet 16?
So I think this is a better read than bowl games. Bowl games, you always hear about, well, the SEC was, they had 9 teams in or whatever it was like that, and they were 4-5 or whatever. There's some teams that were in games they were not interested in, opt-outs, all this stuff. These games, as highly invested in interest as you can possibly be. So I do think there's a correlation to it of how they do. I think it's crazy that most of us, whether we were or other people, would look at it as true basketball people. There was no one felt that Purdue was going to make a run.
Nope.
Yet they won the league by 3 games, and they won the tournament.
So,
but no one, there wasn't one time that you said, I go, you know what? I think they're going to go on a run.
Nope.
Like that.
Nope. You didn't. And I think the answer to your question is yes. Now, here's the thing. It's complicated because it's a good basketball league. It's good. Jake, it's a good league.
It's top to bottom every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. But I don't buy into they beat each other up because come on, you think that doesn't happen in the Big 12?
Yeah, they all play each other too.
Yeah,
I
think that doesn't happen in the Big East. The Big East is, what's the Big East record in this tournament? It's good. Look what the Big East has pushed through.
You got UConn in the Sweet 16, Creighton's in the Sweet 16.
Miami,
that's ACC.
Oh, sorry, Xavier.
That wasn't even close.
Give me Xavier.
Xavier's Big East.
Give me Xavier.
You got that.
Okay. No, I just think if you watch the games, which Bill did, Jake
I watched the games. I caught the games.
If you watch the games, they're just not as good as these teams. Indiana's not as good as Miami. It's not that far off, but they're not as good. Penn State, just not as good as Texas. It would have been an upset, a pretty sizable upset if you watch the game. Northwestern, I thought they could give UCLA a run, but after you watched
them, they did.
They
played really well.
They did, but I'm telling you, and I thought Penn State did too.
They did play well.
I knew who was going to win the game.
Yep.
In part of the reason is, for instance, against UCLA, Northwestern doesn't have a player like 24.
Jaime
Jaquez. They just don't have that guy. Well, hardly anybody does, but
he's one of the best in the country.
Yeah, no, it's real. The Big Ten, they're not. It's a good top to bottom league, but man, these teams are not as good as these other teams that they're losing. That's a bad take, but I got to get me out of here. By the way,
you need to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going.
Just keep going.
Are you going to live stream us?
No, I'm not live streaming. I don't even know how.
Just ask them how the fire zones work.
Are they tagging off? How is the tag off?
The diagram's up here. We have the diagram. We diagrammed it for him during the break.
If I said, "Are they tagging off?" Right?
Yeah.
Would he? I don't think that.
I'm not sure.
Well, we'll let Sip get to practice. How about that? Sip's got to go 8 o'clock. Media availability.
Bill, good luck in the game show.
Yeah.
Bill you can handle this.
He's so pissed.
I never signed up for this. I said the whole time. I've said it 100 times. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Now all of a sudden,
it's your thing.
Now all of a sudden, now you're on your own schedule.
All right, Sip's back tomorrow. Enjoy practice. We'll have more of me and Bill next.
Hey,
we need to give an NIT breakdown. We got to get that at some point soon coming up. I'm not saying what's going to happen.
I know. I just thought we
want to
segue it in with Chariots of Fire.
Well, that'll happen. Okay. And we'll talk about Willis McGahee's son is here. That's next early break in the ticket.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay.
Has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Sam Greasel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $10 off any athletic shoes $105 and under, and get $15 off any shoe over $105. Choose from respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sip again had to step out to go cover Nebraska football.
So this is odd right now.
This is odd. Yeah, it's just us
two-man
two.
show, and it's just now.
It's just us.
Jake, if you have to leave early, the chance of me manning the board right now.
I got to go.
Or taking calls.
Haircut. Bill's in charge of the board.
That would not be good.
He's hosting the show.
There'd be a lot of clapping. There'd be a lot of clapping. just clapping and trying to get a lot of filler.
Panic mode.
Just clap. Just clap for a sardine.
Bill's just clapping over here out of nowhere.
Oh, I'm very nervous right now.
Don't be nervous at all. It's perfect. Okay, Sip had to go again. First day of spring ball today. He's got to go do some media.
He's going to get a lot of good information. He will get a lot of good stuff that the fans need to know that too. too. So he'll have some great stuff for tomorrow.
Yeah. Did you see? I sent this in the group chat last night. I didn't bring it up on the airwaves yet. I thought it was great where we talk about how rare it is for a 16 seed to do anything in the dance. Where Fairleigh Dickinson FDU beats Purdue, then they push FAU. They were posting that they were showing on the broadcast that their SID, the sports information director, is a junior in college. That doesn't happen. These are guys that have been around for a long time now. Usually you work in college to become that role. Their SID at FDU was a junior in college. It's incredible.
It was incredible. The photos I took. 'Cause I saw I was watching it. They were talking about that. You sent the picture. Cause I actually had the volume down, so I tried to get it up to hear what was being said. I'm like, is he like an intern? Like
no, that's
on the
their
radio?
guy.
No, sports. And that's a tough job.
It's a hard job.
That is a tough job. Real quick on one thing.
Okay.
From The Sopranos, Polly Walnuts.
Polly Walnuts.
That's what I've been told. That was in the 3/4 zip right there.
Okay.
So that was where we were at with that.
Someone just sent us a picture. Ellie say they sent us a big picture of the reading glasses. I think it's a Dollar Tree. It's just a ton of them for $1.25. You better go make a visit there.
Yeah, that's right.
Reading glass readers.
It's like a big, and you can turn them or you can you spin. That's where I get this right here. I get these
the purple ones. Yeah, those are good.
I got the peach pair over there. So yeah, that thank you though, but I need to get back there. I always buy when I go in. I buy at least 20.
20.
I buy 20
and
pairs of readers at one time.
Do you lose them all, or they break?
They're everywhere. I've got 200 around the house. At different places. Yeah. In my house. I mean, in my car right now. There's 9 at least.
You ever sit on one accidentally?
Yeah. You never know. Yeah. You're not real upset when you lose one. Yeah. You're not real upset.
I got a picture sent to us. Someone says, "Hey, Coach, I traveled to Las Cruces. Been here since Friday. Does that mean I aged 2 weeks or 3? I do feel older."
Yes, you will age very quickly down there. And a quick bit of advice. I don't know how long you're going to be there. If you can get to the restaurant Chopey's.
In Las
Chopey's
Cruces?
restaurant. No, it's in between.
Oh,
it's you have to go through the pecan orchards to get there. It's kind of between there and El Paso. It's out in the great farmland out there, and it's the number one restaurant in my life. It is. They have a bar and a restaurant right next to it, and the restaurant's in the house. In the bar, they always have a great band playing in there, and they serve you tecates in the 40 ounces, but they're in ice. You get the 40-ounce tecates. They bring them in ice with plastic cups, and just go to Chopey's. Please go to Chopey's while you're down
unnamed
there.
Listener. I don't have the name there, but if you are there, Las Cruces, go nearby to Chopey's.
Chopey's
40-ounce tecates.
Yes, 40-ounce tecates. Yes.
Wow.
And so then they serve them in ice, and then you have your little plastic cup. So you just open it, boom, drink your share of that, put it back in ice. So it's kind of like a little more sophisticated at Wings and Rings with the beer. What do they call them? Funnels or what they have on their
beer tubes.
Beer tubes.
Beer tubes.
It's a beer tube, but it's a little simpler.
Beer tubes. Yeah. Okay. At Chopey's there. Gotcha. I did not give a shout out yet to the women's basketball team. They beat Northern Iowa yesterday, so they're moving on to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT.
Doing great. A lot of energy down there too. A lot of energy.
Won by double digits. Looked pretty good yesterday. Yes. They're playing well in the tournament.
Yeah. Amy. Great job by her. Great job, Amy, and with that whole team and keeping their focus. Or keep playing. A bunch of people getting a lot more minutes. That's going to carry over to next year. Watch. They'll make a deep run in the NCAA tournament next year. Write it down.
So.
Write it down. And it's going to be based on what they got done this year.
You heard it here first. Bill Busch is calling a deep run
16,
for Nebraska women's basketball
next
in
year.
The regular tournament.
Regular tournament, yes.
The big dance.
The big dance.
I saw it's rare that a 1 seed goes down early in the NCAA tournament for women's, but Stanford went down. They lost in the round of 32.
way less. Upsets. You don't see 16s beating 1s,
no.
15s beating 2. You don't see that on the women's side for whatever reason. But for Stanford to get beat by an 8 seed, it was Ole Miss, correct?
That's right.
They beat them.
Ole Miss.
That's a huge upset. Probably one of the bigger upsets in tournament history.
54-49. How about this? Stanford with that loss became. This is amazing. Stanford became the first number 1 seed since 2009. To fail to reach the Sweet 16 in the women's NCAA tournament. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. Right now, like I said, they would one to get out of the first day.
2 1 seeds did not make the. Kansas is gone, and so is Purdue. So you had 2. It happens often in the men's side.
Yes,
but that's the way it is. But
good job, Amy. Great job by the Lady Huskers.
Without further ado, it is time. Does that put you to get It's the walrus is back.
I love when Chariots of Fire comes on. I just see people running slow.
No,
just
I'm not even throwing you sardines over
there.
You're just clapping because you're
Okay,
excited.
let's talk about this. The NIT.
NIT. Okay, don't forget there's another tournament going on. The NIT, and we have a Sweet 16 also.
Yep.
Actually, we have an Elite 8 in the NIT. Oklahoma State beats Eastern Washington 71-60. They are in the quarterfinals of the NIT. This is all yesterday's games. Wisconsin, Chucky Hepburn, 27 points for Wisconsin. They beat Liberty 75-71. They are playing Oregon, who beat UCF 68-54. Your favorite team, you called this early, Bill, Utah Valley, who beat New Mexico round 1, beats Colorado 81-69. They will play Cincinnati.
That's who I have winning it. Make sure
you have Utah Valley.
Utah Valley. Yes.
Cincinnati beat Hofstra, who beat Rutgers. So Cincinnati beats Hofstra 79-65. It'll be Cincy, Utah Valley in the quarterfinals. And then Vanderbilt beats Michigan by 1, 66-65. So they'll play UAB.
Made a big comeback. Vandy made a big comeback in that game late.
UAB beats Morehead State 77-59. So again, your Elite 8 of the NIT, the quarterfinals. Oklahoma State versus North Texas. Oregon versus Wisconsin. That's a good NCAA tournament matchup there typically. Cincinnati versus Utah Valley. And UAB against Vanderbilt is the NIT Elite 8 quarterfinals.
It's exciting. When do they play again, Jake?
So those games are March 21st and 20. So tomorrow and Wednesday.
Oh, great! So we have something up good.
Yeah, we got games tomorrow and Wednesday.
Listeners, lock in because we'll be talking about this.
That's your NIT update. Yes. Chariots of Fire. Let that play out there. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. It's gorgeous. We got to make sure we respect the NIT and give it its due, Josh. It's important. This is a part of the show. Josh is like, we have to have this right now. Got to have it. I felt really old yesterday when I saw something, Bill. I felt really, again, I'm 31 going on 32. Yeah. But I saw that, I go back to when I was about 10 years old. Nebraska was playing in the Rose Bowl against Miami. That they got blown out because all the names, Andre Johnson, Clinton Portis, Ken Dorsey.
One of the most talented teams to ever play college football.
Well, Willis McGahee was on that team also. He was the backup to Clinton Portis. Yes. But then he got the horrific injury the next year against Ohio State in the championship game, which Ohio State won. His son is here today in Lincoln on a visit. I just feel old all of a sudden.
That can age you, can't?
It does.
In a hurry.
I'm 31. Yes. I mean, again, I'm not that. I'm young. I'm not that young anymore. But I'm seeing a guy that I watched as a kid. His son is here. I'm feeling pretty old today, Bill.
He's a really good player, 4-star. So great job by the Nebraska staff, by the entire coaching staff, by Coach Rule to be able to get that type of talent on. In the most important thing you have in recruiting is in-person, face-to-face, on-campus conversations. It means more than anything else. Even though you FaceTime to all these different things, is having them on your campus, that's where things start to change for you. So it's a great job by the entire staff. I know that the person leading that is Vince Ginta. And he's doing a tremendous job with the recruiting. And so with his guidance and, again, the entire staff, and I know that they're doing a great job. So, Matt Rule, great job getting all that talent in here.
What happens? Okay, so spring football begins today. Goes the spring games April 22nd. What's kind of like the time frame of how things typically go in the spring? Like how aggressive are things at all in the spring, even starting off?
As far as you talk about recruiting now, or are you talking about just the
mostly actually like the guys playing the football, the current players?
Okay, the current players. So right now, I mean, you got a lot of energy this morning. Today, probably, I believe, was a non-padded day. And so what you're looking for is to be everything really crisp. We used to always use the term that the horn is the boss, which means when that horn blows, you're transitioning. Transition is part of practice. Wherever phase you're going to, you want everything really, really crisp. To do that, you have to have great detail. You don't just be like that. Let's go. They got to know, hey, when that horn blows after. So you always show your team as a whole. Then I would always show all my unit when I was coaching. I'd say, hey, just remember, period 8, we're going to 7-on-7. It's going to be outside or it's going to be inside. We're moving this. Make sure we know who's up first. Just for that reason. There's nothing drives you worse than a bunch of guys looking around and palms up. Where do I go? So you're letting them go where the next phase is to be able to go. So you just want to see everything be really efficient, really clean. You want to see guys practice like pros. That's the one thing. If the other person's in a bad spot, to make sure if there's anything going against each other, that you're very smart at this time, because you don't make a roster change or a roster. You don't solidify that on a non-padded day. Just from it's still make-believe football. That's a part of football is that it's a padded game for a reason. That's why I have a face mask on. And so the other part doesn't. But it's very important to have this time. But also you don't want to have anybody trying to be the super player at this time and just be smart around your teammates. So they'll be going really hard. I'm not sure what their schedule. I think they have a couple days in a row, then a day off. So which is fairly normal. Generally, you're 3 times a week. Generally, you're like a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay. And the reason you have Saturdays is because that's when recruits can come in to watch you practice. And those are long days for assistant coaches because a lot of times you have all your prep, you have practice. As soon as practice is over, you deal with recruits for probably 3-4 hours. And then you got to be able to go back and be like, okay, now we got to watch the film from practice, whether it's a scrimmage and grade and all those different things, and then be ready to go for whatever the next is on Sunday. Be prepared because Monday will be maybe a practice day. So a lot of things going that way, but they'll be very, very busy. But that's what they're looking for right now is really efficiency. How crisp are they? How well do they understand the install? I mean, the first thing, hey, how do we handle that? Okay, we had all the stuff installed. How did it look when we got to the field? Because generally you have it all mapped out for you, have your whole spring mapped out. Every time that I've been part of it for my whole life is that generally there'll be some time you go, hey, we need to let's cut that back. We're just not installed that yet. We're not quite where we need to be with previous stuff. Yep. And they've got all new verbiage right now on offense, defense, everything. So it's good for those that are brand new because they're on the same playing field. When you come in, it's like they know everything.
Yeah, I would assume, I guess the assumption here is that the intensity is a little bit different when you're in the first year versus somebody who's been there for a long time, right? Because of the install and all the, hey, this is new terminology, new coaching staff. We got to get everybody lined up now.
Yeah, so, the intensity would be, you always want to have it, like I said, at at a very, very high rate. The spring ball always is, when you get to about practice 13, 14, right there, you're kind of like, now we got to get a lot of work done, and please, no one injured during those last couple days. I tell you, things happen like that. You just want to be able to get through it to stay fresh. But it is really imperative to get a lot of things on film too, so you can make your teaching cut-ups. So when the players are back in, when you're on the road recruiting, you have all these videos set up, and I do voiceovers. So these voiceovers, they can sit and watch, and you have this stuff on film. It might only be 4 or 5 clips of it, but you want to get it in. So say, hey, here's this call. Here it is. Okay, got it. Here's this call. And so but when spring finishes, you want all your calls in. It's like, hey, we know what we're doing in the red zone. I have this many third down calls and I have these things. So they can study that all the way through preparation-wise until next August. So it's good to – I was always like, get it in. Get it in. Get it in. That way we have it on film. That way it's been installed. So when it comes up, it's ready to go. You don't want to have anything really not ready to go that you wouldn't get ready to play against Minnesota with.
I'm always curious you mentioned your time at New Mexico State was a long time.
Yeah.
Did they have a spring game there?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Did anybody show up?
Now, Jake, just because because the logo's not quite as
just
New Mexico State's not the same as LSU or something.
Does anybody show up?
You still have a spring game. It's not like we just do gymnastics and stuff like that. No, the crowd wasn't a big crowd. There wasn't
100,
but
500.
Oh, there'd probably be 1,000 people.
1,000 people at New Mexico State.
But LSU, the spring game was there. They're like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We only show up when it's live.
That's why I thought it was fair to ask about New Mexico State. LSU says no big deal.
Not a big deal. No,
at New Mexico State, maybe 1,000.
It was a big deal, but not amongst us. The people, it wasn't so much. It wasn't a big deal. So, but like I said, at LSU, they're more concerned with baseball at that.
Well, and understandably so, they're very good and consistently a tournament team.
So we kind of got ourselves through it, but it was it's different at every place. I think it's harder all the time because generally a lot of teams, if you watch a lot of places, they'll be showing them, they'll be doing some sort of that they'll be talking to the head coach on TV, and he's out there and he's whistling, doing this and that, but there's not a lot of full scrimmages going on and a lot of contact going on because generally just you're kind of down O-line, D-lineman sometimes to be able to have those guys be able to do it, even though as much as you want to. Nebraska always has the best situation because they're one of the highest rosters numbers that there is in the country. And so they have a great chance to always have some real live football to play on spring game.
One question before we get to the game show. Sanderson says, hey, Coach, how long does a new install usually take? How long do they learn the verbiage, feel comfortable, etc.? The new coaching staff.
The kids are really intelligent. They'll learn it pretty quickly. Like I said, when the transition was made when I still had a job.
Yeah, right, still gainfully employed.
Gainfully employed.
Past 8 a.m.
And we changed a lot. and they picked it up very quickly because of just, again, you got to be highly invested. So I always talk about to the players, I'm like, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, but guess what? They had to work faster. It got done a lot quicker.
Yep.
So let's get our stuff going here. I challenge them right away. It's like it's not optional not to know what this verbiage is, what we're saying. So you have to have a great plan for it. You can't just throw it out to them. You have a great plan of what the terminology means, how it looks. You show it to them in a PowerPoint, like that, and then you show it to them on film. And then here's this is this and this, so they have it down to kind of have an idea to be able to get it done. But it gets we expect it to be pretty well done by the time you get out on the field to be like, hey, we're gonna have a pretty good chance. But then you have to have a chance prior to that. So that's why you have we call them run-throughs, and the run-through always involved the new install. So everything out there. So this is pre-practice. So what was ever up for the day that was a new install, that was the lead thing that came up for that part. So that's that when it came up again during practice, it was ready to go. Install's fun. As a coach, you like doing it. It's like you're installing a whole new thing. You're kind of excited about it. And you give them the why. Here's why we're doing it. Here's what's important. And they kind of play it from there.
It is that time that Bill has been concerned about since Sip informed us that he had to leave early.
And Sip threw that at me now, kind of late now, like when he showed up today. I'm bouncing.
He didn't text us at all about this. He comes in and says, "Yes, no, I'm leaving early today." Right? Yeah. Why? Oh, because of spring practice. He's got to have media stuff at 8 o'clock.
There was no. So I would have brought somebody else in for this.
So today it's Shut Up Bill.
This is just awful. This is just awful. I don't even know who's going to call in.
They're going to call in.
Yeah, this subject will be something. It'll be way over my head.
It's not that bad. You have your bracket in front of you. Okay, you use that. It's fine. NCAA tournament coaches. I'm going to tell you the coach's name. You tell me what school in this year's tournament he was.
This year's tournament. Oh wow.
That he was coaching. This could be teams already eliminated, but they were in the field of 68.
I don't know who coached at Kennesaw State.
You could have the bracket in front of you. It's fine.
Okay.
If you think you know your NCAA tournament coaches from this year, call us right now, 402-464. Let me get this pulled up. This is a quick pause. I didn't have my music pulled up here. Yeah, you know what happens sometimes.
We got we had a lot going on today.
We were talking tournament when the day started. It was all good. So, okay, in 5 seconds, we'll get this thing going. All right, Shut Up Sipple. Shut Up Bill starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut Up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Called the Nicktown Bill in trivia because Sip is at practice.
At practice.
Bill does not feel great about this topic today.
I don't feel great about any topic. There's not a topic I feel good about.
What if I said previous coaching stops at Bill Busch? You could get that.
I'd have a shot at that.
Restaurants and former places that you coached.
Restaurants from towns that
Choppies.
Choppies
near Las Cruces. Near Las Cruces there. That's not a question today, though, sadly for you. Josh, how do you feel about NCAA tournament coaches today?
All right.
He feels all right. Okay, well,
all right. Josh, thanks for calling in. Josh, how old are you?
The what?
How old are you?
21.
Nice.
21. Okay, he's young.
Wow.
Okay.
He's way ahead of me.
He's watching some ball.
He's watching a lot of ball.
Well, this is a double whammy because you have no lifeline today either. Usually Sip has you for a lifeline. You're just by yourself on a Monday. But you have your bracket in front of you. So, all right, Josh, first question goes to you. What NCAA tournament team is Brian Dutcher the coach of?
Ooh. Let's go with Vermont.
You don't have to take this, Bill.
Pass.
Passing?
Pass.
Okay, that'd be San Diego State, and they're still dancing.
They're still dancing.
San Diego State.
Yeah.
They will play Alabama.
I wonder what his age is. He's like a 65-year-old, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess. Doing really good.
Upper 50s, low 60s probably. All right, Bill, 0-0 tie. First question. What NCAA tournament team is Tommy Lloyd the coach of?
Colgate.
That was a tournament team. It's not right. Do you want that one, Josh, or not?
No.
That'd be Arizona.
Arizona,
because Miller went to Xavier.
Did not know that.
That's okay.
He came from Gonzaga, though. That's where he came from.
Tommy Lloyd did?
Yeah.
I didn't know
The
that.
Arizona coach
See,
came.
was it-
Yep.
see, you know this stuff. You got to
Yep.
figure it out. All right, for the lead, Josh, last question. What NCAA tournament team is Dennis Gates the coach of?
I should know that.
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Dennis.
Missouri?
Is it Missouri? Yes, it is Missouri. They got bounced by
That put me
Princeton.
in a pretty big pickle.
Princeton got them on Saturday.
Yeah.
Bounced them there.
Yeah.
All right, for the tie, your last question, Bill. What NCAA tournament team is Mitch Henderson the coach of?
Oral Roberts.
I actually gave that one away. That was Princeton. Princeton was the answer there. They just beat Missouri. It wasn't great planning by me.
God, I
but
thought I had it.
It's all right. We'll get your bagels, Jugs. Thanks for
Again,
calling
I
in
didn't
and
sign
calling
up
on
for
the
this,
road.
Jake.
You
That
did
was not my deal.
I know you did. Well, Sip put you in a tough
Yeah.
spot today, so don't feel bad. You want to try the tiebreaker?
No. Go ahead, give it to me.
I don't think you're going to want this. Okay, here.
Yeah.
I'm curious where you'd go with this
Okay.
number. Arizona State head coach Bobby Hurley remains the all-time leader in career assists in college basketball, playing 4 years for Duke in the early 90s. How many career assists did he have in 4 seasons? I'm really curious where you go for a number here. I don't even know where to start for this if I was asked the question.
1,214.
It's a pretty good guess. 1,076. You're just a little high.
Yeah, that's
pretty
actually
good.
that.
That's pretty good, Bill. See, that's fine.
I just tried to crush. I crunched it off of 10 assists per game. You know,
Okay.
usually
all time. He's got a lot of them.
Yeah. So that's how I figured it off like that. But
1,076. That's still a lot of assists.
That's a lot of
assists in 4 years.
Yes,
at Duke.
Yeah, I thought that game they had against TCU was a great. It went bad late for them, but I thought they were going to win the game. And I think they would have been in this last game also. That's a good looking team that Arizona State had.
Yeah, you thought they'd win the Big Ten.
I still believe that after watching them. I'd like how they were playing currently right now is like wow, that was a good looking basketball team.
All right, well, congrats to Josh. He wins bagels. Maybe tomorrow Sip won't leave you hanging here. He can be
nice.
the
And then
loser.
simply told him to call in while he was driving.
Yeah,
down.
he
not call
did.
in.
Yeah, he said he's going to call in for
Yeah.
trivia and
Yeah.
do Shut Up Sipple from
Yes,
the road.
Yeah,
but
got nothing from him.
That didn't happen. So.
He stopped and got a snack. I guarantee
he
it.
probably stopped at Casey's and got egg salad sandwich on his face. Yeah, I saw him one time before a practice a couple years ago, and he seriously he confirmed it that he had just went to Casey's and had a egg salad sandwich, and it was all over his face. I'm like, what are you doing?
I think the biggest scary thing was just getting an egg salad sandwich.
From anywhere. How about anywhere?
Anywhere. There's never a time I'm like, this is safe. This doesn't have.
Have I ever desired an egg salad sandwich from my grandma even or my mom?
Yeah.
No, I've never wanted it at all.
What do you have in the egg salad category? At least we got BLT is seasonal.
It is.
BLT
We confirmed from the text line that is a seasonal thing earlier. So, well, congrats to Josh. He wins bagels, and Bill, appreciate you trying today because it wasn't your job to do that. That was Sip's job. He left you hanging there, and that's fine. It's the way it goes. But there's always tomorrow, and Sip will take that spot again tomorrow. So, all right, when we come back, we'll have the spillover. Raph and AD in the house next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Agriculture is the economic engine of. At Acres Equipment, dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. Supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge. Join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, Burnt Pineapple, and Mango Tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco basket. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
Mullen Motors.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln. Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Another mild and breezy day. South winds gusting to near 25, but we should reach an afternoon high of 61 with just a few passing clouds. Increasing cloud cover tonight, a low down to 39. We'll see a chance of showers tomorrow and be cooler as we'll reach a high of around 52. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, it is time for the spillover. Again, Sip is at practice, so he bounced out. AD and Raph are here. AD somewhere in the building. Not sure where he went, but Raph is here. Raph, what's going on, man?
Good morning.
Good to see you. Raph is. We all kind of had a rough. If you did the bracket challenge, this place had a rough go because I had Marquette, they're gone, and Raph had Kansas, they're gone. But That's what I think. When you lose your team early, you just root for the madness. Now it's like, well, I just want to see what the most epic upsets can be here. Right?
That's what I was looking
like. Go
at the whole time.
Princeton, go to the Final Four.
Go
Princeton, knock your house.
Princeton.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
knock your socks off, man. AD, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. The brackets were definitely busted quite a bit this weekend. If your championship team is gone, you're gone.
You're gone. It's over. Don't even track. You can get some points still and have a good Elite Eight. But no.
To add to that, so this is on Saturday night. So this is early in the tournament, right? So my middle daughter's boyfriend's there with us like that, and he's monitoring his bracket. He's writing stuff in like crazy. And he's got his, and I'm like, hang on a second. I gotta go. Well, who was your champion? He goes, Kansas. I go, you're wasting your time. There's no reason to fill out your bracket from this point in time.
You're done.
When your champion is gone, the best part was his mom had Kansas Purdue in the finals. Purdue winning.
Oh my god!
but when your champion's done, just stop. We talked about that when I was with Tony Samuel that time at Brewski's, and it was like one of the guys we were with. He kept looking like Tony's like, dude, your team's out. The team that won is going to win. It's out.
You're
the
done.
first round. You're out. Yeah.
Who did you have?
I had Marquette. Winning. And you know what? Here's the bad part. When I did the bracket so quickly, I was late, and I said I felt horrible because I said Michigan State's going to win that game. If Marquette got past Michigan State, I felt good about their chances of making a run. But I said they're not going to beat Michigan State, and I still picked it. And I'm like, yeah, you dummy. You knew that. You knew that. Picked it. What were you doing?
You were talking about how much
Izzo?
you love Izzo.
I did.
Michigan State's going to win. Who'd you have win it? I'm going to go Marquette.
What's wrong with this guy? This guy's a moron.
How does this work?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Marquette.
I'd like to hear Raph and AD's take on. We had it. I know that.
Oh yeah.
We were definitely different. Me and Sip were way different, right? Because obviously, by me at this age, on the draw attention to yourself by Musselman, Arkansas, shirt off, waving in the crowd. What would your take, AD?
Go to the locker room.
I'm very strong about don't draw attention to yourself, but I just interested to see what other people's thoughts were. Because they made everybody's like going, oh my God, look at Musselman. I'm like I was like, oh my God. I'd be like, I can't imagine my wife being like, that was a great move, man.
Yeah. If you won the whole tournament, that's one thing.
Maybe even that still.
You won the round of 32.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, I'm going nudity.
I'm like, bro, you got a lot of games left to go.
I was like, I just didn't quite see that. Raph, what was your take on that?
I flash back to the 94 Orange Bowl, and I just imagine Coach Osborne coming back out on the shoulders with his shirt off and waving.
I mean, what coach? When you just write down in any sport and say, give me your top 10 NFL, basketball, NCAA, NBA, you name it. Imagine like Phil Jackson doing that. Anyone. I just don't like when you draw attention away from your. It should be all about the players. It's about the players. It's about the players. It's about the players. And you're standing there, and people are asking you. Then, well, we saw you, coach, with your shirt off. Oh yeah, that's what I do. Well, don't do it.
Look at this right here, guys. He's got it.
So he's standing. Yeah, that's my point. When is that? At what point in time?
Okay, but if you're an Arkansas fan, you're like, let's go. If you're at the game, you're like, that's my coach. That's my dude. He's ecstatic.
You're excited. You just won. Yeah, so you're still gonna, seal clap a little bit.
Musselman is ultra energy, and that just proves it right there. If I was an Arkansas fan at the game, I'd be
back
ecstatic.
to the same thing, though. It's like, hey,
he is never going to live that down.
Hey, I'm high energy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So that's like grinding. Oh, really?
That's great.
So you work hard. I don't work hard. So that means that this guy has more energy than the other coaches, the other 15 coaches.
I couldn't see Tom Izzo doing that.
No.
I don't think any of us want to see that.
I don't think, and I doubt there's like every staff that's still sitting around like today. They're like going, that was stupid.
I could see running back out and just pumping the crowd up.
Yeah,
but taking your shirt off, it's like
if you're doing this, that's 100%. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm not
gonna. This,
yeah,
that looks kind of frat boyish, right?
I have a different. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great.
It was funny.
I might be.
I liked it. I liked it. Just I wanted to talk about it because that was their.
Yeah,
he's in his shirt off.
Yeah, his shirt's off. He's
look at it. They said
we said this guy's more of a cardio guy than lifting.
Yeah, he's on the glider.
Based on the physique,
he's glider.
He's elliptical glider, treadmill, not doing much pumping iron, but it's fine.
Mark Mangino, let's ride.
Yeah, I don't think you want to see Mark Mangino shirt off. No. People might be mortified.
I just don't see. anyone of this. I just don't see. Anyway,
well, we were also talking about for the Big Ten, one team left, Michigan State. Purdue falls as the second 1 seed to ever fall in the dance to FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson, who then pushes FAU. So they proved they were worthwhile. They lost, but they pushed FAU last night. But Big Ten, 8 teams in the dance, 1 team left, a 7 seed Michigan State, and your 1 seed is gone. We kind of said that that proves the year was not that strong for the Big Ten Conference.
You know what? But isn't this just every year for the Big Ten for the past 4 or 5 years?
They haven't done well in the dance.
We have not done well in the dance. Purdue was the most shocking for me. Farley Dickinson. What's the name of the school?
Yeah, Farley Dickinson.
Out of New Jersey. Yep. Little small town. How do you pronounce that town? His name? Teaneck? I forget how, because I looked it up Friday.
I felt it'd be a real. I thought they had a chance to beat them. Thought they'd play really, because I just didn't feel it. But I thought what happened to Purdue was they'd play either Memphis or FAU, and they would just get rolled out. But then they were 15.5-point dogs. FDU was in round 2, and that game ended up being 8. That wasn't an 8-point game as you watched. That was
no.
They had
closer than that.
A minute to go, they had the ball down 3.
Yeah,
and they turned it over. They go down and make a shot. Get a steal. I mean, everything just fell apart in the last whatever seconds of the deal, like that.
I was surprised by the coach the first round when he said that he thought his team had a shot to beat Purdue, and everybody's coming out and crushing him for saying it. I'm like,
what's he supposed to do?
Yeah,
playing the
what
game.
coach do you know? And he goes, "Well, guys, hope we keep within 20."
Yeah.
Bruce Chubbuck, former Nebraska power forward, had a tweet about that.
Yep.
Because the coach was taking so much heat about that statement. I was thinking, what is he supposed to say?
Yeah.
We're going to lay over and die.
Yeah.
Congrats, Purdue. We're just glad to be
they
here.
won.
We're happy to be here.
They had to be the happy. So if you, like we all said, it's like, okay, you got to play a 1 seed now. Who you want to play? Alabama? No.
Purdue.
Houston? No. Like that? No.
Kansas? No.
Kansas?
Probably
No.
no.
I want to play who?
Purdue. Purdue's the 1 seed you want to play.
give me Purdue.
I mean, yeah, me, Sip, and Bill, we all said Purdue's not making the second weekend, but I thought they'd beat Fairleigh Dickinson and lose to Memphis or FAU, which they still would have lost that game. Even if they beat Purdue, they're losing that second. So if they beat FDU, they're losing that second game. They're just it wasn't going to happen. But Kansas lose to Arkansas. 2 1 seeds out.
Oh, man, gone.
And Houston was down by 10 at halftime.
Yeah.
So Auburn came back and won that game. Bama's been good the whole tournament through 2 games. So it's going to be – the Sweet 16 is going to be it could be some major upsets. I have no idea what to expect going forward.
I don't
That's
either.
the best part of the tournament.
You know what is interesting, because it's been kind of put on the back – not on the back burner as far as coaching, but health-wise. Like, where's Bill Self out? With his, obviously, couldn't coach again. How serious is the heart situation that he had? He had 2 stents put in. We talked about that. So there's more. That's a lot when you have that done.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot when you have that done. But that's been talked about a bunch. What if he'd have been there? Everyone kind of agrees he probably was 2 points different somewhere.
Yeah, I would
agree with
that.
Like
I'd agree with that.
But you never know with those things. But when you don't have your head coach, it's different,
especially in the tournament.
In the tournament, it's not like when you had a substitute teacher,
right?
Where you're like going, whatever, just I'll do it. That's not like that. But it's still different when the head coach is not there. You have a hard time thinking that they wouldn't have somehow be able to get 2 extra points somewhere if they're a Hall of Fame coach isn't on the sideline.
And you know what, Coach? To show you how big of a coaching difference is, Michigan State has been decent at best this year.
Yeah, they were 7 seed for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, a high seed, a 7.
Yeah, you never watched them and went like, whoa,
wow.
Whoa.
And then they get in the tournament, and it's Izzo time. This is a behavior.
What was the number? What was the number?
15 Sweet 16s in his 25 years at Michigan State.
Good God.
How about that?
Vinny's got a crazy record. If you give him one day to prepare, his record's like, gosh, I can't remember. They said it last night on the show, and I can't remember what they said.
I can't remember
Really
either, but
good.
it's way up there.
Yeah, it's really good.
Way up there.
One day, he's good to go.
Yeah. It shows you the difference of a coach that a coach makes like that coach. It really does.
So just like you said, that would be that's tough for Kansas to be in that spot.
It is.
Before I pass the baton up to the drives, some programming news of things coming to the ticket. You ready for this? Drum roll here. Starting this week, the Amon Green Show.
Nice.
We all know the Amon Green, right? Former Nebraska
Yes.
NFL running back also. Now is Nebraska as an adjunct professor up there.
Yep.
Thursday nights at 6, him talking about whatever he wants, NFL, Huskers, esports, etc. Amon Green is the next one on the tickets lineup Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Nice. That'd be
AG.
That would be
AG. You're AD, he's AG.
AG.
So, tune in Thursday at 6 p.m. for the first Amon Green show.
Very cool. I'll be listening to that.
Sip will be back tomorrow again. Sip's at practice, so we'll see him tomorrow. For Bill Busch and Steve Sipple, I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
Thanks, Jake.
Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more